Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to our Saturday live stream. I'm just going to wait until everybody shows up. I know it's going to take a little while for everyone to come in. If I'm not mistaken, okay, just speaking candidly here, I've put it so where there's no delay on whether, I'm talking and you guys are listening, right? There should be zero delay. Like, this should be live. Yet, for some reason, last week, there was like a 15-second delay, so I'm going to try to see if I can fix that, but we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Give me a second here. But hey, everybody, how's it going? All right, the chat's up here. We're ready, and I'm ready to answer questions. Just going to let people start flooding in, and then we'll get to it. But greetings and salutations. That's what I like to see, baby. Advantageous matchups. That's right, David. That's right. We got to key in on those advantageous matchups, and it makes sense because your last name's Keeson. So, I think it works perfectly, okay? All right, let's see here. Sounds good, brother? Yep. All right, good. Okay, everybody. Well, we're sitting here. I'm getting ready for the week. Hopefully, we can capture some fantasy championships. Man, you guys have to imagine just how difficult it is to actually get lucky enough to win a fantasy championship. You must have avoided so many. Some of you have been hit with the injury bug, but just imagine how lucky you have to be to where every single player on your team plays well when everybody else is playing like garbage, or just getting so lucky. Luck is a factor, but either way. All right, let's see what kind of questions we got going here. Oh my goodness, it's starting to flood. All right, in that case, Andrew, we'll start getting to the questions, shall we? Okay. What is that? Are we all ready to cry over starting Corey Davis and benching Henry? Jacob, I would advise against that, please, for everyone's sake. That'd be terrible. Let's see here. Balaj, Mike Williams, Elijah McGuire, Gus Edwards in a PPR league. In a PPR league, probably just still go Gus Edwards, Brandon. He'll probably get the most touches out of the group, unless you really want to roll the dice with Balaj there. I don't know. That doesn't seem like the best play per se. Hey, where's the love for Foles? Don't worry. Listen, Al Ford, we're gonna get there. Okay, I have my updated rankings. I'm just gonna answer some questions. Then once I get majority of the people to start flooding in, we'll go over the updated rankings, and you'll see Nick Foles' name today. No worries. Let's see here. Ebron or Kittle? Oh God, I hate tight ends, but I'd probably have to go with Kittle between the two. Even though it's a tougher matchup, just Kittle's been too good, and Ebron's just been so inconsistent as of late. Damian Williams or Breida? Yeah, no. Damian Williams, guys, with Spencer Ware probably going to be out this week, he is an absolute start. He'll probably be within my, probably top 15 running backs this week. I don't expect him to have another 30-point week, but yeah, he needs to be starting if he is on your roster this week, unless you really have that many better options. Andrew, Dak or Baker this week? Probably still going with Baker. I've adjusted my quarterback rankings. Dak is a little bit higher. I've dropped the disrespect on him. I've adjusted accordingly, but I still think Baker has the better matchup and probably better opportunity to score. The Cowboys are really just, I don't know, how much can we rely upon them? That's the question, but yeah, I'll take Baker. What else? Let's see here. Start Gurley if I have Chubb, Mixon, and Carson. That's a good question. It really depends, because if Gurley somehow is to get a little bit banged up and then he disappears, you're going to be in trouble this week. Oh my God. All right. Now it's starting to flood, shall we? Okay. Ooh, baby. All right. Let's start with some one-word answers. There you go. There we go. These are the questions I like to see. Just this or that. Juju or Damian Williams? We're going to go with Damian Williams. I know Juju said he's going to play, but I'm worried about it. Big Ben or Jared Goff? We'll go with Big Ben between the two. Kenny Galladay, Doug Baldwin. Give me Doug Baldwin for sure. Playing against the Kansas City secondary, it's just too good of a matchup. And Kenny Galladay is going to have to worry about Xavier Rhodes blanketing him the entire game. Kenny Galladay or Robbie Anderson? Probably still Robbie Anderson on that. I'm just a little skeptical on Kenny Galladay. I know he had a good week last week, got a bunch of targets, but if that Vikings pass rush gets after Matthew Stafford, he's going to have a tough time getting the ball out of his hands. Should I play Mike Williams, Josh Reynolds, Curtis Samuel, and DJ Moore? We'll go over my rankings in a little bit, but it's probably going to be Josh Reynolds or Mike Williams, one of the two Los Angeles receivers there. Mixon or Henry in a PPR, probably still going to go with Derrick Henry this week. It's kind of hard to not go with Derrick Henry, considering what he's been able to accomplish in the last couple of weeks. So it's tough, especially with Tyler Boyd. He's out this week. He has an MCL sprain or whatever. If Tyler Boyd's out, what other weapons do the Bengals have? Okay, they have Alex Erickson and John Ross. Okay, great. You have two other weapons. But I expect the Browns to blitz them the entire time, prevent them from running the ball, and make Jeff Driscoll beat them, which he's probably not going to be able to. So Mixon's probably going to get a little banged up this game. Saw Juju's Twitter's post. Yes, Amir, I did see it. Juju's coming out, letting everybody know he's going to play this week. I'm aware of that, but I mean, still a little skeptical. If you're banged up all week, I know he's going to be feasible. He'll be fine, but he's startable. Let's put it that way. He can sit in my lineup, but I'm still a little skeptical. Down big in a championship. How are you down already in a championship game? Nobody's played this week. Cody, guys, please stop playing those 2-round championship thing. Just one and done. Your brackets should be one and done. You shouldn't have to play a guy twice in a row in order to make a playoff championship happen. Let's see here. As you know, C. McC, Chubb, Cook. Okay. Oh my God, guys. Literally no wide receivers and have someone. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, Robert. Okay, let's see. Need 2 out of the 4 PPR. Joe Mixon, Tevin Coleman, Samuels, Jamal Williams. Yeah, we'll go over my rankings in a little bit, but it's probably going to be Mixon and Jamal Williams between those bunch of guys. Have some bent. Okay, yep, okay. Wide receiver starts. For PPR, we have 3 spots available. Brandon Cooks, Robbie Anderson, Deshaun Hamilton, Antonio Callaway. No, we're going to go with Brandon Cooks and Robbie Anderson. That's pretty easy. Hugh Q Productions, yeah, it's an easy one. Juju or Damian? Yeah, okay, Damian Williams. I'll take him over Juju this week, even in a PPR. Jamal Williams, Elijah McGuire. Probably Jamal Williams. Goodness gracious. I hate how this scroll. Oh my goodness, guys. Enough with the spam. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. Standard League. Fournette or Gus Edwards? Man, Fournette could have a really good game. He literally could, but and that's only because, hey, the Dolphins are terrible at stopping the run. But who do I trust more? Probably I trust Elijah McGuire. Gus Edwards a little bit more in a standard format. So I'd probably go with Gus between the two. Juju's playing. I know that. Don't worry. I'm aware. If Gurley doesn't play, who do I go with? Ingram or Josh Adams? Yeah, we'll go over that in a little bit. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's enough people in here. So let's do this, okay? How about I pull up my adjusted, updated rankings, and then if you still have questions, we'll get to those, all right? So let's start with the quarterbacks, okay, shall we? There's like 60 people in here. That's good enough, okay? So let's start. These are the quarterback rankings. Here we go. So obviously, I've done a little bit of adjusting. I still have Patrick Mahomes at number 1. That's not a big deal. We all expected that, right? I still like Russell Wilson at 2. I think it's still going to be a higher scoring game. I've adjusted Chris Carson's ranking because, hey, yeah, if the Kansas City Chiefs get up early, Chris Carson pretty much disappears and Mike Williams is the receiving back of that team, and Carson could lose value. But Russell Wilson's still up here, my number 2. I still like Matt Ryan at 3. Andrew Luck's moved up a little bit to 4. Baker's still at 5. Aaron Rodgers dropped a couple ranks here and there, just in case Aaron Rodgers wants to screw us over this week and not perform well. We'll lower him, but I still think he's a good play against the Jets defense, who's honestly not great. Ben Roethlisberger, yep, okay, yeah. Deshaun Watson, Mitchell Trubisky, Dak Prescott, there we go. That's the biggest change. I moved him from, I think I had him at 17. He's at 10 now, okay? People, don't lose your minds. Don't rip my head off, okay? He's at 10. He's playing against Tampa Bay. Should be fine, okay? I was worried. You know, you come off of a week where you scored 0 points, and you think to yourself, goodness, could they do that again against Tampa Bay? It's possible. You never know. Let's see, what else? Drew Brees, you'll sit at 11. I don't know, man. Can we even trust playing Drew Brees? Like, literally, can we even trust him anymore? I mean, I'm assuming you can. If that's the best quarterback you have in your roster, you probably should. But I don't know, man. it's a little tough at this point. Kirk Cousins at 12. Phillip Rivers at 13. Phillip Rivers dropped a little bit. My only logic behind that, I really do think, I mentioned it earlier this week, if in fact Phillip Rivers and the Ravens play a game in which they're just killing clock and chewing clock, there's not going to be much time to throw the ball between those. Let's see. Josh Allen at 14. Tom Brady at 15. I don't know. I feel like if I know Bill Belichick's defense, he's really good at taking away what the other team is good at. Now, what are the Bills good at offensively? Big plays and letting Josh Allen run the ball with his legs. Now, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to contain Josh Allen, and I'm pretty sure they'll be able to contain the big play. They'll just let the rest go, bend but don't break kind of mentality. So Josh Allen, but we'll see. He's been consistent. So if you're feeling it, just throw him in there. Sure, go for it. Tom Brady, yep. Tom Brady, man. Whew, what happened? You were like top 3 quarterback every single season, and now you've become the bottom of the barrel at this point. Lamar Jackson, Nick Foles, Jared Goff. Okay, the only one that I've probably, I think, removed off these guys are, I think Jameis Winston's probably the only one that I've taken off this list. All right, but anyway, these are the quarterback rankings. I'm not talking about it anymore. Let's just move on. Let's go talk about some running back, shall we? Okay, really quick before we begin, down below here, right here. No, it's right there, yeah. C.J. Anderson. So he's been signed by the Rams this week. If, in fact, Todd Gurley is not to play, C.J. Anderson would probably get the start. He would get majority of the touches. A lot of people have John Kelly on their roster, but C.J. Anderson would probably be the way to go, according to, from the horse's mouth, Sean McVay, the head coach of the Rams. If, in fact, Gurley is out, C.J. Anderson is the next man up. All right? So if Todd Gurley is not to play, I probably have C.J. Anderson as like a top 20 running back. Probably, yeah, top 20 running back. I mean, the Cardinals are terrible on defense, so maybe even top 15. Just depends on your scoring formats, because I don't think C.J. Anderson's catching the ball out of the backfield anytime soon. Other than that, let's see. Any other adjustment? You know, Chris Carson dropped a little bit, like I mentioned before. If, in fact, the Kansas City Chiefs start to pour it on the Seahawks, the game script's going to require the Seahawks to throw the ball in that turn. Chris Carson's not going to really get that much opportunity going forward. What else, Marlon? Yeah, Melvin Gordon's moving up a little bit. I'm still a little worried. I'm pretty sure he's had full practices all week long. But, I mean, you're absolutely starting him. If you have him on your team and you've made it this far with him on your bench throughout the playoffs, you're absolutely putting him in your lineup. And, yes, it's a tougher matchup, but I still trust that he'll be fine. I think Austin Eckler's also out this week, so that helps him a little bit because Justin Jackson's pretty much the mini version of him. So Melvin Gordon will probably pick up all the passing work as well. Let's see. Damian Williams at 12. Yep, Damian Williams at 12. Why? Because Spencer Ware is doubtful and probably won't play this week. And you might as well start the starting running back of the highest score, or one of the best offenses, probably highest scoring offense in the league as of right now. So, yeah, we'll take Damian Williams at a 12th spot. Joe Mixon, Phillip Lindsay, Gus Edwards, Jamal Williams, David Johnson. David Johnson moved a little bit here and there. But other than that, Leonard Fournette, man. Goodness gracious. Can he break our hearts, or will he actually be decent and maybe get us like 12 points? 12? That's all we ask for. We want 12 points. That's it. That's all we want. Other than that, Jalen Samuels is number 19. Why? Because James Conner this week is out officially. So now you may be thinking, okay, well, Jalen Samuels had a great week last week. Can I 100% start him? The Saints are really good against the run. The Saints defense in general, as of the last couple weeks, they've been killer. So I don't know about starting Jalen Samuels as like a RB1 or 2. He's probably a low-end RB2 flex play, unless you have a Yahoo format, so you can just throw him in your tight end spot. Let's see. Tariq Cohen, Michelle, yeah, Tevin Coleman, Jordan Howard, yeah. LaShawn McCoy, according to, from what I've seen, practice schedule-wise and everything like that, he's playing this week. And from the last couple weeks, we've seen the Dolphins and we've seen the Pittsburgh Steelers completely destroy the Patriots in the running game. So there's a potential that LaShawn McCoy could get some value. I'm looking at a comment really quickly. It says from HQ Productions, Carson caught passes last week. Yes, but you know how many passes that Mike Davis caught? Mike Davis, the other running back in that team, caught 8 passes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chris Carson is not going to get much work in the passing game when Mike Davis is the receiving back for that team. Anyway, Alfred Blue's probably going to get the start this week, so he's a flex play. He's obviously going to get more touches. He still gets on average on pace, 10 touches a game. So getting him some more touches here and there could be decent, especially against the Eagles, who have struggled against the run in the last, 6 games. Kalen Ballage, Matt Breida playing against the Bears. Good luck. James White, welcome to the list. I hate your guts right now, but maybe Josh Gordon's absence will, present some sort of activity or value for you. Maybe you'll get on the field a little bit more. Barber, Ingram, Zenner, Mike Davis, Josh Adams, Adrian Peterson, Doug Martin. These are all guys that really are coin tosses on whether they find the end zone or not, because that's where they find value. All these guys are going to get like 40 yards rushing, okay, guaranteed. That's their base floor. But if they can get that touchdown and give you a 10-point week, they're okay at the flex position. Either way, we're still moving, people. We're still moving. Let's get through these so that we can maybe these can answer some questions here or there. Okay, what do we have here? Devontae Adams still number 1. Yep, you play the Jets. If you play the Jets, congratulations, you're going to get a higher ranking because the Jets are they're terrible. And secondary-wise, we saw DeAndre Hopkins tear them apart, so I think it'll be fun. Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, yep. Everything seems to be the same. A couple guys have moved up. Tyreek Hill from earlier this week was a little bit lower. Amari Cooper. I moved Juju down just because of his injury concern. He's still going to play, so I still think he's a wide receiver 1 this week. Doug Baldwin hopefully continues on his streak of catching touchdowns. Keenan Allen looks like he's going to play. Little asterisk next to him just in case. Adam Thielen is out of the doghouse. He'll be in the top 12 because, I don't know, man. For many of you, he's literally the best wide receiver on your team, even though he's been garbage last 2 weeks, so you might still have to roll with him. Robert Woods, Alshon Jeffrey, Stephon Diggs, Edelman, Evans, Lockett. Yeah, these all make sense. Anderson, Galladay. Yep, okay. Either way, we're just looking at it. I'll get to your questions in a second. Don't worry, everybody. We'll get to it. I'm about to, in about 10 seconds, because I'm not going to scroll back up on this chat, okay? Because I'm looking at the chat right now, and I'm scrolling on it right now. There are so many damn questions, guys. And then there's other conversations within these. So I'm just going to start asking people to resubmit questions if you can, so on and so forth, and then we'll get to it. So let me scroll back up. Hopefully you've absorbed all of this. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to scroll back to the bottom of this chat, and we're going to see what's going on here, okay? Deshaun B. Flex Damian Williams or Samuels? Damian Williams. Should I drop Sony Michel for Damian Williams? If this is your championship week, yeah, why not? I mean, if you have another week after this, maybe not, because they play the Jets next week, and the Jets could get worked. But I think Damian Williams going forward is a really good play, especially if you're in your finals here. Yeah, man, Sony's been so bad as of late. He's really been bad. Let's see here. Baker Mayfield or Russell Wilson. It's not like I just showed you the rankings. People, listen, look at this. Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield. There you go. All right, that should answer that question. Russell Wilson's above Baker Mayfield in my opinion. Now, if you want to play Baker, go for it. They're pretty close within their rankings in my opinion, so technically there's no wrong answer. I think they're both going to be great. Okay, here comes the spam, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. To Ray DC98, Flex Coleman versus the Panthers or Damian Williams versus the Seahawks? No, we're going to go with Damian Williams. Flex, okay, Hugh Productions. Antonio Callaway or Deshaun Hamilton? We'll take Deshaun Hamilton. At least he'll get more receptions and targets. I mean, if you want the touchdown upside, if you play, well, no, you play in a PPR. No, go with Hamilton against the Raiders this week. Dante Pettis or Robbie Anderson? We'll go with Robbie Anderson. Thielen or Damian Williams? Give me every time, if it's between a running back and a receiver, give me the running back every time. They get guaranteed touches. So Damian Williams to FFJP06. Masked Bandit says Josh Reynolds or Mike Williams. Goodness gracious. It's really a coin toss. I have them right next to each other in the rankings. I think for some reason, Jared Goff likes to throw to Josh Reynolds. Why? Because he thinks Cooper Kupp is still playing. So Josh Reynolds is probably going to get more receptions, more targets. On the other hand, Mike Williams has the touchdown upside. So depending on whether you play in a PPR or in a standard, that should determine it. Jamal Williams or Damian Williams. Every time, guys, Damian Williams over Jamal Williams this week for sure. It's not even close. Okay, I'm not pronouncing that name. Holzel? I don't know. You're asking Jamal Williams, Robbie Anderson, or David Johnson. Give me David Johnson. Actually, you know what? David Johnson and Jamal Williams are really close. Ooh, no, just give me Jamal Williams. I'm worried about that Rams defense just stopping the run because the quarterback of the Cardinals is terrible. Breeze or Brady, Mixon or Fournette if Gurley is out. Mixon go with Mixon over Fournette. He's been way more consistent as of late. Breeze or Brady, just give me Breeze. I can't stand Brady right now. Lamar, Dak, or Brady. I need the biggest upside. The biggest upside is probably Dak. Yeah. Cody O'Brien says, pick one defense. Broncos, Ravens, or Saints. To be honest, the Saints defense, they've been really good as of late. Last, five weeks? They've been clean. They don't give up any points. They get a bunch of sacks because the D-line's getting after it, and they cause some turnovers here and there. So I probably go with the Saints this week. Obviously, you want to play the Broncos against the Raiders, but no. Somehow Derek Carr will manage to find a way to win that game. I swear. The Broncos have been trash as of late. So I'll go with the Saints there, Cody. Oh, God, I scrolled too far. No. Okay, we're back. Mixon or Mack? Marlon Mack. The Giants have given up 7 100-yard rushers in the last 8 weeks, so for sure we're going Marlon Mack. Julio Jones is doubtful or probable, question mark. David, honestly, I don't know. But if Julio Jones doesn't play, Matt Ryan, his ranking goes all the way, just disappear. But, I mean, not disappear. He'll still be within the top 12. And then we'll have to adjust. Calvin Ridley would go up and Mohamed Sanu would go up himself. So those two would get a little bit better, turns out of the week. But if Julio Jones is out, Matt Ryan's not looking as good as a play going forward. Melvin Gordon or Dalvin Cook in a PPR. To be honest, I'd probably go with Dalvin Cook. I want the healthier running back, and I want the team that is running the ball more. What we saw last week with the amount of carries that Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray both got in that game, I mean, I couldn't pass up on Dalvin Cook this week. Let's see. Hoodie says, would you start Stephon Diggs or Julian Edelman in a PPR? Edelman probably get more receptions. Stephon Diggs is a question mark because he'll have Darius Slay all over him. Because Thielen probably plays in the slot. So this week, Edelman, let's see, what are the linebackers of the Bills doing? I'll probably go with Edelman. If it's a PPR, I trust Edelman getting more receptions, especially with Josh Gordon gone now. Let's see. John, what did we say? Full PPR. Flex Damian Williams, lock it. No. Just give me the running back. Legit, I want Damian Williams over wide receivers for sure. He's a top 12 for a reason this week. I know it's intriguing to go with a wide receiver in a PPR, but Damian Williams will find some work in the passing game. A Molt says, standard league, Peterson, Balaj, CJ Anderson, Zenner, Davis to start with Henry. As in, what? Oh, to start with, okay, as in you're already starting Derrick Henry. Okay, I got you. Davis, no, we're not starting Mike Davis. We're not doing that. Let's see here. We're not starting Adrian Peterson. If Todd Gurley is out, you can play C.J. Anderson in the standard. Otherwise, if he's not, we'll go with that's tough. We'll go with Kalen Balaj this week. Let's see here. Pierre says Deshaun should be put. Should I put? Okay, yeah. Okay. You're asking somebody else. Okay. Deshaun, should I put in Jamal Williams RB2? Yeah. Okay. You're asking somebody else. Don't worry about it. Van Der Esch or Wagner. Okay, hold up. So I don't know if you're asking whether who's a better linebacker or who's better for IDP. Is it IDP, individual defensive player? Yeah. That's a different question. I don't play IDP. Why? Because I can already barely manage all the names that I talk about already, much less have to do with another side of the football and dealing with linebackers and stuff. But between the two, I'd probably go with Van Der Esch. I don't know. he gets around the field. I don't know. I'm a Cowboys fan. Maybe that's the issue. A-Train, Mike Williams, Robert Foster, Marlon Mack, Damian Williams. Choose two. Just give me the running backs. Give me Marlon Mack and Damian Williams, Lucas. It's pretty simple. Diggs or Jeffrey. Probably Alshon Jeffrey. The amount of work he saw last week, it's pretty undeniable that he'll continue to get that much. So I'll take Alshon Jeffrey, especially because he's such a good red zone threat going forward. Dak or Cousins in a standard. Give me. I think Cousins could be good. I've just got him lower because a lot of guys have a little bit better matchups, but I think they're both just as good. In a standard, you mean like 4 point per passing touchdown? Yeah, I'll go with Dak because of the rushing yards. He could probably potentially get like 50 rushing yards and make a big difference there. He has rankings. Why do you ask obvious questions? Thank you, Amir. Lorenzo, I appreciate that. Yes, I have rankings, but perhaps these people have not seen them yet. So either way, Damian Williams or Jalen Samuels. We'll take Damian Williams, Tori. Ebron or Samuels. The tight end position, give me Samuels. I'm not trusting Ebron right now. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's scroll back up here. That's a good. Okay, yep. Talking to somebody else. Mike Williams, Tyler Lockett, or John Brown. What? Who the heck plays John Brown anymore, guys? John Brown shouldn't even be on your rosters anymore. John Brown hasn't been relevant in weeks. Go with Tyler Lockett, Evan. Let's see. Constantino Gonzalez says Cooks, Samuels, Jamal, or CJ if Gurley is not playing. Let's see. That's Brandon Cooks. That's Samuel. Okay. Probably go with. Yeah, I'd go with Jamal Williams. Even if Gurley doesn't play, I'd probably go with Jamal Williams between the bunch. We'll go with Jamal Williams. No big deal. Rivers or Mayfield? Give me Baker Mayfield this week. Lockett, okay, yeah. Edelman or Anderson? Give me Julian Edelman. Let's see here. Pierre says, can I play CJ? Yeah, CJ Huzmanzada? Is that who we're talking about? Who's your mama? Yeah. CJ Huzmanzada, right? The Cincinnati wide receiver they used to play. Goodness, that one of the funniest last names I've ever seen. Start Larry Legend or Mike Williams. Just give me Larry Legend. Because Mike Williams, yeah, he had a good week last week, but is he going to see that many targets and that many red zone opportunities again, especially with Melvin Gordon coming back? I don't know. So that's the coin toss you have to make, but I would probably go with Larry Legend there. Bosa or Chris Jones in an IDP. Let me think about offensive lines. He plays against the Ravens offensive line. He plays against the Seattle offensive line. Chris Jones has been a monster, though. Depends how many points you get per sack or tackle for loss or regular tackle. Because I think Chris Jones is too. They're probably in Seattle. I'd probably just go with Bosa, just to be safe. I don't know. But I honestly don't know what the IDP scoring formats or anything like that is. With Baker at number 5, is who shall not be named worth starting at the flex over McGuire or White? Sure. It's your roster. I think who shall not be named could have a good week. Will he? I'm not sure. Usually when I mention him or I say his name within a week, he plays like crap. I have managed to somehow not say his name this week, so it could be a good play. We'll see. Seahawks versus Chiefs game. Should be a medium scoring game. We'll see about that. I mean, if it's in Seattle, it's going to be cold. Oh, my God. I scrolled and it just killed my entire chat, guys. Holy moly. If the weather's bad, then there's a potential. Oh, my goodness. Okay, here we go. Pick one. Gordon, Henry, or Cook. What do you mean pick one? Saul, how is that possible? How do you have players better than these three? Either way, I'll go with Derrick Henry this week. Yeah, I'll go with Derrick Henry. I can't pick away from Derrick Henry right now. Flex, Josh Adams or Mike Williams? Give me Mike Williams. He has better touchdown upside. Especially with so many running backs in that Eagles backfield with Smallwood and Darren Sproles. Josh Adams could eventually just be gone after a couple days. Let's see here. Cody O'Brien says David Johnson or Damian Williams. Give me Damian Williams. David Johnson. Okay, Richard Garcia says David Johnson, Damian Williams, Jalen Samuels, Joe Mixon, Jamal Williams. Which two in a standard? Joe Mixon and Damian Williams in a standard. Let's see. Landry. No, goodness, people. Stop typing that mother effer's name. Please don't. Just put J L dot 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 dot. Okay, we're not talking about this guy right now. Okay, but he could have a good week. Okay, I have Baker up there, and Cincinnati's defense is terrible. Is Gurley gonna go? I don't know. Let me give him a call real quick, DJ. Let me see. Let me see if he's available. Let me shoot him a text real quick. I'll ask Gurley if he's ready to go. I have McVay's number on speed dial, but he said he was in a meeting. So let me go ahead and shoot Gurley a text. I'll let you know in a little bit. Give me a second real quick. Okay. So I'll let you know in a couple seconds. Mixon or Mack? Give me Marlon Mack. Yeah, I'll take Marlon Mack over Joe Mixon this week. Full PPR, Keenan Allen or Robbie Anderson. Man, Robbie Anderson's looking like a better play as the weeks go on, right? With Sam Darnold back and Quincy Enunwa a little bit banged up. Robbie Anderson does not look like a bad play, but I'd probably go with Keenan Allen just to be safe, especially in a PPR. But Keenan Allen's dealing with that hip injury. Robbie Anderson might be the better play, to be honest, just to be safe. Kyle Rudolph or CJ Uzomah. I hate Uzomah so much. He was supposed to be good. We sacrificed Tyler Eifert. He went into the garbage can because of that damn ankle. So I'd probably go with Kyle Rudolph this week. Jamal Williams or Elijah McGuire. Give me Jamal Williams, Daniel. Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard and Robbie Anderson. That's a great question, Diamond Dave. We're going with Robbie Anderson. Why? Because it's a PPR. I understand that Jordan Howard is getting more and more carries, probably like 15 carries a week. He doesn't find the end zone, he's going to be terrible. If Robbie Anderson just catches 5 to 6 balls, that's pretty much a touchdown. So we'll take that. Broncos defense or Chargers defense? Give me Chargers defense. Somehow the Broncos will find a way to mess it up. Talk about tight ends. I don't want to talk about tight ends. You can ask me a question about tight ends, but I don't want to talk about tight ends. I personally feel like tight ends are all coin tosses unless you have Kelsey, Kittle, Ertz, Jalen Samuels in a Yahoo format, and or Gronkowski on a good day. That's about it. Eric Ebron maybe will show up. Maybe. And thinking off the top of my head, if there's a really good matchup, maybe Austin Hooper this week against the Panthers could be decent. Let's see. Galladay or Mike Williams. Give me Kenny Galladay. Balaj or Zenner. Probably, oh goodness. I really don't like the Dolphins' backfield because Adam Gase is so unpredictable. But I'd probably go with Balaj between the two. Brian's shits the bed. English, please. Anyway, let's see here. Mark D. Browns defense or Dallas defense? You know what? I kind of like the Browns defense. I really think if and when they blitz every single down, because we know that the defensive coordinator, now the head coach of the Browns, right? The Mr. No, what did he get caught for? I think he was a defensive coordinator when the Saints got caught for that whole scandal where they were paying players to hurt other players, if I'm not mistaken. But I digress. Either way, I'll probably go with the Browns defense this week. I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Jeff Driscoll this week. If Hopkins is out, Hopkins will not be out. But if he is, Kenny Galladay over Josh Reynolds, Tom. Deshaun B. Richard, wait, what? Oh, Richard. Okay, you're talking to somebody else. I thought you were saying Jalen Richard. I was like, what? Stop spamming, Deshaun. We get it. I'm just kidding. PPR Legend. Okay, yeah, we already went over that. Larry Legend over Mike Williams. Oh, it's in a PPR now, huh? Yeah, I'll probably go Larry Legend just to be a little bit safe. Rivers, Mayfield scoring. Standard scoring. Give me Mayfield. Van Der Esch, Bobby Wagner. Yeah, okay, we went over that. Jamal Williams, yes. Over McGuire, yes. Should I play CJ? Who's your mom? Yeah. Do you guys spamming the same questions over and over again? Understand that I will get to your question. Now, if you really want me to answer your question, like you're like, hey, I need you to answer my question right now, Andrew. You see this little thing right there, okay? It's a little dollar sign right there. You can go ahead, you can donate $1 to Andrew. Yes, you can make my Christmas be magical by donating me $1 minimum. Now, you don't have to because I'll eventually get to your question, but if you really want your question answered, donate. Ask the question, I'll answer, and I'll probably talk about it for 25 minutes, okay? Anyway, let's move on. Let's see. Hoodie, no question, but I just wanted to thank you for helping me out and getting to the championship. That's what I like to hear. Now, on top of that, on that note, everybody, drop a like on this video right now. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, how dare you, number one. Number two, how dare you, again, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you, Hoodie. Appreciate it. And, guys, getting to the championship, that's half the job. Now we just got to finish it. We got to get the W here this week. Samuels or Damian Williams in a standard? Give me Damian Williams, Tori. Okay, I can only play one. Doug Martin, Gus Edwards, Peyton Barber. Easy, Gus Edwards. Fournette or Jay Williams in a standard. Give me Fournette. Yeah, honestly, give me Fournette. Because, yeah, let's just go with Fournette this week. If the Dolphins somehow mess up and Fournette busts out a 75-yard run, I wouldn't be surprised. Would Lindsey feast on the Raiders' defense? Yes, he would. If somehow Lindsey could figure out how to run the ball properly. Last 2 weeks, he's completely disappeared. Defenses have kind of figured out what the Broncos are trying to accomplish, but I still think he's a top, 15 play this week? So, yeah, he should be able to, quote-unquote, feast. We'll see. Jaguars defense versus, who do they play? They play the Dolphins or the Browns defense? I'd probably go with the Browns defense. Samuels or Damian? Yeah, Torrey, we've already answered that, no problem. David Johnson, Damian Williams, Jalen Samuels, Joe Mixon, Jamal. Okay, these are... Oh, goodness, people. Come on, Richard. What are we doing here, dude? You meant Jamal Williams, I'm assuming. But between those, you need a number 1 and a number 2 running back. Give me Damian Williams and Joe Mixon. Standard scoring, yeah. We'll go with those two. Damian Williams or Jamal. Oh, my goodness, baby. That's what I like to see. Woo! Chapstick, $18.89 with a $9.99 donation. Coming in the clutch, no question. But you have to help get me to the championship. Oh, you helped me get to the championship. So thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the donation. That's what I like to see right there. Someone coming out in the clutch, dropping a $10 donation to show their appreciation. Chapstick, $18.89. Thank you very much. I hope we can get that championship W this week, so we can get you, I don't know, whatever, the bragging rights on top of the league prize money, whatever you guys play for. Maybe you play for a trophy. We got to get your name on that trophy. Either way, thank you very much for the donation. Damn, $10 right there, baby. Woo! That's fantastic. Thank you again, Chapstick. Goodness gracious. That's clutch. All right, let's go ahead. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you've also made the championships and you're already guaranteed some money, I'm here. I've been helping all. No, I'm just playing. Okay, but anyway, I digress. I'm not going to ask for money, but if you're feeling generous, listen. Okay, anyway, I'm just playing, guys. Thank you again, Chapstick. Much appreciated. It goes a long way. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. What are we answering? Bears defense or Titans defense? Can't decide. Let's see. Titans defense. You said full price. Are you playing DFS? Is that what you mean? Titans play against the Redskins today, while the Bears play against the 49ers. I'd probably still go... Oh, man. If they're both the same price in a DFS, who am I going with? I'd probably go with... Man, I really like the Titans defense as of late, man. But I'd probably just go with the Bears just to be safe. Redskins defense or Miami defense? What? Neither, please. But no, honestly, you go with Miami. Cody Kessler will manage to throw an interception. Let's see here. Lockett or Cooks? Tyler Lockett against the Kansas City Chiefs is my suggestion. Yeah, I'm just... Jared Goff's been too much of a garbage can as of late to trust at this point. Let's see here. Need one half... Okay, in a half PPR. Gordon, Henry, or Cook? In a half-point PPR, you'll never see Derrick Henry touch the ball in the passing game. But in that vein, Derrick Henry has also ran for 400-plus yards in the last 2 weeks and 6 touchdowns. So we're going to go with Derrick Henry, and we're going to hope they keep feeding this damn man the ball, which I think he'll be great this week. Especially, I think he plays today. I think he plays in an hour, if I'm not mistaken. So if you have your Derrick Henry questions, please start spamming. No, don't spam. Please don't spam. Okay, this makes it hard enough. Standard. Edelman, Evans, and Anderson. Pick 2. Give me Robbie Anderson and give me Mike Evans. In a PPR, Edelman's good, but if he's not in a PPR, it's kind of a mess. Call me crazy, but I'm starting Josh Allen over... You're not crazy. Just join the club. Justin Dock, join the club. We're all doing the same thing, buddy. Taco or pizza? Give me... Oh, man. Taco... No, give me the pizza. You know what you do, actually? This is ugly, dude. Here it is, right here. You get the pizza slice, and you fold it in half, and then you get the taco, and you just dump out everything from the shell, and you have a taco pizza. Boom, next level. You're welcome. All right, moving on. CJ Uzama. CJ Uzama. Okay, that's who you meant, Pierre. Okay. Safe play this week? No. CJ is not a safe play. Just go look at his box score from the last 6 weeks. He has like 1 catch every single week. He's terrible. He hasn't found the end zone, I don't think, at all this season. Standard league, pick one. Robbie Anderson. No, don't type that name, guys. Steven Yang, don't do it. We'll go with Robbie Anderson. David Njoku or Evan Ingram? I think Evan Ingram is probably the best tight end, or at least the best kept secret at tight end right now. Evan Ingram is probably like a top 6 or 7 tight end this week. So David Njoku, not so much. So we'll go with Ingram between the two. Let's see here. Samuels or Kittle at tight end? Give me Kittle. We'll go with Cameron Brate over Uzama. I'm not touching that, dude. Damien, scrolled too much, Andrew. What the heck's going on here? Okay. We'll get to that in a second. Holy moly. Actually, you know what? We're just going to scroll down here, okay? There's too many questions. Phil, atta baby, coming in with the $1.99 donation. Much appreciated. All right, your question is Cooks or Anderson? Ryan or Watson? Okay, so off the top of my head, if Julio Jones does not play this week, we're going to go with Watson over Matt Ryan, okay? I know I'm a little concerned, hey, maybe that Texans offensive line, they start to fall apart again, and it becomes an issue. But to be honest, I think both of them have really good matchups, and Watson plays against a broken secondary. Ryan, on the other hand, he plays against the Panthers. We saw the Panthers hold the Saints, the other night to, what was it, 13 points? Was it 12 points? I think it was 12 points. I think they only scored field goals. So Ryan could struggle. So Watson, it's not. Oh my! You're kidding me. No. Okay, hold up. Let's finish this question, and then I'll stop my heart attack from fucking coming through my chest. Oh my goodness. All right, so Phil, we went over that. If Julio's out, Ryan is definitely lower on my list. Otherwise, I think Watson's still a good enough play for this week. Other than that, you asked for Cooks or Anderson. I'd probably go with Robbie Anderson just because I don't trust Jared Goff very much. And if Patrick Peterson is going to be covering Brandon Cooks, which he most likely is, it's going to be tough for him. So I'd go with Robbie Anderson. Okay. Now, before we get anywhere else, okay, hold up. Miguel, what are you doing? Oh my God, no, dude. Dude, Miguel, you're insane, dude. Oh my God. All right, let's read this. Miguel says, and I quote, I've been watching since 400 subs. Also, I've been playing fantasy football for 5 years. After watching your After watching your videos, I'm proud to say I'm finally in the championship round. Keep it up. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, dude. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. You are a crazy motherfucker, dude. Holy shit. Thank you very much. You don't understand. You understand what $50 is to a guy that makes YouTube videos and barely gets paid by YouTube. That is, wow. Holy shit. Now, before this, okay, here we go. Because I know this is going to disappear. Okay, hold up. All right, so this $50 is going to stay up here for a while, but really quickly. Brandon, let's see. Thanks for getting me the ship. Without Melvin Gordon. Okay, guys, you guys are insane. Oh, my God. Here they come. Anyway, Miguel, thank you very much. Brandon, thank you very much. Guys, holy shit. You guys are insane. Thank you very much. I can't stop saying thank you because I literally am so thankful for that. I don't care how much you donate, but coming in with a 50 bomb, that's something else, dude. You're insane. Much appreciated. Wow. I'm still in shock, dude. Oh my God. So if you have any questions, please let me know because, yeah, you dropped the 50 bomb, but I think that that allows you to ask as many questions as you'd like. So, Brandon, also getting to the championship. Hey, without Melvin Gordon, you got Melvin Gordon this week. So if he's the best possible play, probably throw him in there. Otherwise, if you've scavenged the waiver wire for guys like Derrick Henry and Damian Williams and potentially Jamal Williams, other guys like that, and you think they're safer plays, then go for it. But otherwise, Melvin Gordon should be a great play. There was another donation made by Dylan Garcia coming in with a $5 donation. All right, here we go. Now some questions are being answered. Shall we get to them? Okay, here we go. PPR. Breeze Hill Okay, now you're asking for the entire roster. Okay, so this is the entire roster. Breeze Hill, Lockett, Mixon, Gurley, Jalen Samuels at tight end. Yeah, you play in a Yahoo. Jamal Williams at the flex. Bench Damian. Okay, no. All right, so this is what we're changing right out the gate. We're going to go ahead. We're going to throw Damian Williams in at the flex, Dylan. And then we're going to go ahead and let's see. Who are your wide receivers? Lockett and Hill. Oh, man, I'm probably going to put in Alshon Jeffrey over Tyler Lockett unless you're really thinking, hey, this could be a shootout. If it's a shootout between the Chiefs and the Seattle Seahawks, then, yeah, Lockett will probably get the most benefit of that. Other than that, let's see. We have Jamal Williams. Yeah, we're going to put him away. Jamal Williams can sit on the bench. Now, if, in fact, Todd Gurley is out, you'd probably want to play Jamal Williams in his place. So, yeah, the only difference we make here is we take Jamal out of the lineup. We throw Damian Williams in at the flex. And then we leave Samuels at tight end. Breeze Hill, Lockett, Mixon. Yeah, looks fine to me. So just change the Williams twins. Just exchange it. Just take one out of the bench and put him in at the flex. All right. So did I miss it? Yeah, so that's pretty much that. Okay. Goodness gracious, guys. I'm still sitting here and I'm still looking at this, Miguel. You're crazy. You're literally, oh my goodness, almost lost my mind there. You're crazy. Okay. So, okay, here we go. Here comes Richard Garcia with a $9.99 donation. You crazy sons of bitches. Thank you very much. All right, let's see what you're asking. Should I flex Cooper, Jamal Williams, David Johnson, or Jalen Samuels in a standard scoring format? Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, that's Coop. Yeah, I wish it was Cooper Kupp. It's Amari Cooper, Jamal. Okay, and you're playing in a standard scoring format. Man, I almost feel like, okay, Cooper could have the upside of the touchdown. Now, if he doesn't end up in the end zone, there's going to be some issues because he'll probably end up with like 6 catches for 80 yards, and in a standard scoring, he'll leave you with 8 points. Now, between the other guys, finding the end zone for Jalen Samuels, I think is going to be difficult playing against the Saints defense. Their up front is pretty brutal to try to break through. Jamal Williams, David Johnson. Between those two, they're pretty much really close to each other. Man, this is a tough call. So probably, thinking about it objectively, I'm probably going with Jamal Williams in a standard scoring format. We saw what he was able to do last week, right? He came into the game against the Bears defense, who's really good against the run. He took over for Aaron Jones, and he was able to produce fantasy-wise. So this week against the Jets, I think the Packers already have the advantage within the matchup. So Jamal Williams should be a good standard flex play this week. So I'd go with Jamal Williams, Richard Garcia. Again, thank you for the $10 donation. Much appreciated, brother. All right. Let's see here. We're scrolling back down. All right. Another donation. All right. Oh, my God. More donations. Okay. Don't worry, Carlos. I wasn't skipping you. We're here. Okay. So Carlos asks, Herndon or Vance McDonald? Okay. You know what's hilarious? The Saints were really good at stopping the tight end position, except for the last 2 weeks, in which they gave Cameron Brate 2 receiving touchdowns, and then there was that one trick play where McCaffrey threw to a second-string tight end and he scored. So it may look on paper that, hey, the Saints are struggling against the tight end position, but I'd probably go with Chris Herndon. He's pretty much, other than Robbie Anderson, he's the second receiver on this offense. So Chris Herndon, especially if you're in a PPR scoring format, any sort of PPR, half, full, doesn't matter. He's probably the better play. Now, if you play in a flat standard, Vance McDonald might catch my eye. So PPR will go with Herndon, and in a standard we'll go with Vance McDonald, Carlos. But still, I like Herndon a lot, man. I mean, I don't know what it is. As soon as Sam Darnold came back and they sent away the old man, Josh McCown, this offense is looking a little bit better, right? Elijah McGuire is getting more reps. Robbie Anderson's getting more touches here and there. Chris Herndon, due to the injuries to the wide receiver position, no more Nunma, has pretty much stepped up as their second leading receiving option there. So honestly, Herndon's not a bad choice there. So anyway, let's go to move on. Derek okay, enough with the scroll. Derek with a $2 donation. All right, Derek asks, Mike Williams or Mike Evans in a standard? Okay. So I honestly feel like Mike Evans is the way to go. Okay. Now Mike Williams, he played such a good game last week. But can we expect him to do that again? I honestly doubt it. Playing against the Ravens secondary also, that doesn't help. The fact that we have to worry about, I don't know, Keenan Allen's injury, potentially Mike Williams could be there. But if Keenan Allen's healthy, Keenan Allen plays the entire game. With Melvin Gordon back, they're going to run the ball, and I think it's going to fizzle out a little bit of Mike Williams' potential value. So we're going to go with Mike Evans this week in a standard format. I understand the Cowboys' secondary is probably just as good right now as the secondary of the Baltimore Ravens, but we'll go with Mike Evans this coming week. Derek, thank you again for the donation. We're scrolling down to another donation. Saul, with a $1.99 donation, asks, half PPR, Dalvin Cook or Melvin Gordon? Okay, well, here's... I'm probably going to still go with Dalvin. Oh, man. But, okay. I almost want you to ask... Okay, damn it, dude. I want you to ask another question and tell me who the hell else is starting on your team that one of these two is out. Do you guys not have a flex? Like, what two other running backs do you have that are better than these two that could potentially be playing? Unless you just start two running backs and that's it, and you're trying to find your RB2. Between the two, honestly, oh, man, Melvin Gordon, he's been good. If he's healthy, he's a top 5 running back. We know that for a fact. But Dalvin Cook has a late, especially last week's performance with the firing of their offensive coordinator. They want to run the ball a lot. And then Gordon has that little injury bug that's looming over him. But he did practice fully this week. Man, it's a coin toss. Oh, God, that hurts. It hurts. It literally does. Because I know one of these guys, maybe they potentially both are trash. Or they're both great. But if I fuck up here and I tell you the wrong guy, it doesn't help anybody, especially when we're chasing championships out here. So Saul, off top of my head, man, I'm probably going with Dalvin Cook. Yeah, I'll probably go with Dalvin Cook this week. Slight margin, but I'm going with Dalvin Cook. Slight margin, ever so slightly. All right, guys, I'm not scrolling back up on this list, so if I've missed your question, you can go ahead and ask it again. Maybe you've asked it like 60 times already. Perhaps I've answered it while talking about all that other stuff I went through. But anyway, shoot it again. All right, let's see here. Mariota, Foles, Winston, Allen. Who do I start in a championship game? Josh Allen to Joe B. Warner A. Brothers. A. Brother. Full PPR. Big. Okay. PPR. Okay. Either way. I digress. Big Ben or Mitch Trubisky, go with Big Ben. It doesn't matter if it's a PPR, guys. If you're asking about quarterbacks, PPR points do not matter for quarterbacks. So anyway, Warner A. Brothers, we're gonna go with Ben Roethlisberger. Another donation, baby. Rock, goodness, guys, you guys are insane. Rock Straza asks, PPR, I need 4. Gurley, Kamara, Chubb, Melvin, Mack, Henry. How do you have all these guys? Literally, how do you have all of them? It's impossible. I honestly, what are you guys doing? You guys are just cleaning up on drafts and in waiver wire? Yeah, because Chubb, Mack, and Henry are all waiver wire guys. And then you probably play in like I don't know. Either way, I digress. Let's just see here. We're going to pick 4. If Gurley's playing, Gurley gets a start. Kamara, Chubb, those are my 2 other guys. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Okay, yeah. So this is how we're going to run it. If Todd Gurley plays, you have to start him. Alvin Kamara is a must-play, and Chubb is a must-play. Chubb, yeah. Yeah, we'll go with Chubb. Other than those 3, we're going to go with Derrick Henry as our number 4 running back. I understand it's a PPR, but Derrick Henry's just been too good as of late. Now, if in fact if Todd Gurley does not play, Rock, what we're gonna go with is we'll take Marlon Mack next. So again, we'll refresh this because I'm talking over myself and I'm losing my mind. Gurley, Kamara, Chubb, Henry are my 4 suggestions. If Gurley does not play, we're gonna replace Gurley with Marlon Mack this week playing against the Giants. Now, if you're thinking, holy shit, I'm leaving Melvin Gordon on the bench. Yes, that's how far we've come. That Melvin Gordon is somehow not an option. Now, if you're thinking, listen, I got to start Melvin Gordon. He is my A1. We got it. Okay, then you'll exchange him with Mac. Okay, but otherwise, Chubb, Kamara, and Henry, those three are solid locks for this week. Okay. Anyway, again, Rockstraza, thank you for the donation. Much appreciated, brother. Okay, let's see here. Back to the bottom of this list, shall we? Okay. All right. JJ Dobson asks, PPR, Pettis or Humphries? Give me Dante Pettis this week. I understand it's a tougher matchup, but Mullins is going to figure something out in the garbage time. Tom Miller, championship game. I need 3. McCaffrey, Lindsey, Henry, and I'm pretty sure you mean Cohen instead of Colin, but it's okay. Which 3 do I start? You start McCaffrey, you start Lindsey, and you start Henry. The top 3 guys that you mentioned. Those are your 3 best running backs, Tom Miller. Now I have some money for some popcorn. Ray, listen to this, okay, guys? I'm not kidding. The movie I saw last Sunday, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, this is not an advertisement, okay? I'm not getting paid by anybody. That is a legit good movie. I don't care if you like comics or not. Visually, that is one of the most aesthetically pleasing movies I've seen in a long time. Story-wise, it's clean. It's heartfelt. And there's a good amount of action, especially if you like superhero movies and you appreciate the fantasy gauntlet, okay? So anyway, that's my suggestion. Anyway, another donation coming in hot, baby. Oh my God. Yes, that is a grande donation, by the way. Okay, Cabeza Grande asks, I need to win over my big mouth little cousin, bro. Okay, all right, we'll get there. I need 2. Half-point PPR, Godwin, Mike Williams, freaking Godwin or Hogan, thanks, homie. Mike, okay, so you need 2, yeah. Okay. Man, is Chris Hogan going to do anything this week? If, in fact, Gordon is out, he plays on the outside. Hogan could be decent. Godwin is just, I don't know what Godwin is. So, honestly, we'll go with Mike Williams and Chris Hogan this week. I'm not even playing. I know Chris Hogan may seem like a deeper play, but what has Chris Godwin done as of late? Like, Chris Godwin's just, he's been average. I don't even know if he caught a ball last week. I think he's caught 2 total passes in the last 2 weeks. And then they play against this Cowboys secondary it's not going to be a walk in the park. So Mike Williams for the touchdown upside, and if potentially due to the performance he had last week, he sees more touches, could be the way to go. And then Chris Hogan, just because of Josh Gordon's injury, which I'm sure you're already contemplating, you already are predicting that because of because of his suspension and his mental health issue. Chris Hogan probably next best play. We saw him catch a touchdown last week, so if he gets a little bit more favor, gets a little bit more touches in this offense, could be decent. So yeah, Mike Williams and Chris Hogan. All right, we're scrolling back down. If I missed your question, I'm sorry, but there is a donation there. I'm just kidding. But anyway, all right, don't spam people. Here we go. Let's see. Tim A asks, Aaron Rodgers or Dak? Thanks, Aaron Rodgers. Cole asks, Baker Mayfield or Phillip Rivers? Can't seem to decide. I'd go with Baker Mayfield. I think Phillip Rivers in that Chargers offense with Melvin Gordon back, they're going to want to run the ball a little bit more. And on the other side of the ball, they have the Ravens defense to have to worry about. And the Ravens, especially when they get the ball, all they want to do is run the ball. I expect this to be a running game in which it's a little bit lower scoring than we expect. Crowder, Dotson, or Snead in order. Let's see. Let me think about this. I'd go with Snead number 1, and then I'd go with Crowder number 2 and Josh Doxson number 3 in that order in a PPR. Let's see. Moving on. Championship. Okay, yeah. Eddie says championship game, PPR, Breeze or Prescott? It's hard to leave Breeze on the bench, isn't it? Goodness gracious. But how bad has Breeze been, and will he be able to at least figure it out? Goodness. Drew Brees. Against the Pittsburgh defense that looked good. Joe Hayden looked good last week. Goodness. Honestly, I'm legit. I'm saying go with Dak. I know it's a tough call, but that's what I'm here for. I'm making the tough calls. I'd legit rather play Dak Prescott versus Tampa Bay than a struggling Drew Brees versus a Pittsburgh defense. That's it, plain and simple. Unless, hold up, if it's at, okay, let me go ahead and confirm. Let me see if Todd Gurley texted me back, for those of you who were wondering, because I did send him a text. He has not texted me back, in fact, so we'll get to that in a second. But I'm actually curious. If the Saints are playing at home, it's a different story. Because honestly, if the Saints are playing at home, I'd play Drew Brees. What kind of a difference it makes? It makes a big enough difference. I know Dak's at home this week. The Cowboys are playing at home, but are the Saints at home this week? Saints are at home. Play Drew Brees. Let's go ahead and move on. Samuels or Mack? We'll play Marlon Mack. I just saw the question be asked by Richard. Yeah, Marlon Mack for sure. I know Samuels is he played well last week. Great, but the Saints defense, they're nothing to fuck around with. Cabeza Grande says, thank you, bro. No problem. Hopefully it works out perfectly. Mario Alvarez asks, need to Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Chris Carson, or run one in the flex and bench Juju or Tyreek. I'd probably, are we playing in a PPR? Yeah. I'd probably play all three of those running backs, and I'd legit bench Juju this week. That's it. Plain and simple. So that's. Let's move on. Where are we at here? Don't scroll too far. All right. John Gomez asks, pick two, Gordon, Carson, or Henry. Goodness. Henry's a for sure play this week, which is insane, right? I never thought I'd be telling everybody in week 16 of a fantasy playoff championship caliber game in a week that Derrick Henry is a must start. I never thought I'd say that, but here we are. We live in that reality as of right now. Let's see here. Between Gordon and Chris Carson, I think Chris Carson is the way to go. I know Gordon, oh God, how do we leave Gordon on our bench, guys? It's so fucking stupid. Damn it, Melvin Gordon. Why did you have to get hurt? Why does this have to be your comeback game? Really, between the two, you're asking for Carlson, but I know you meant Chris Carson. John, I'd honestly probably go with Chris Carson between the two. All right, moving on. Let's see here. We see another $5 donation coming in hot. All right, from DB4331 asks, CJ Anderson on waivers. Okay, drop one of the allotted names: Spencer Ware, John Kelly, Deonta Foreman, Alfred Blue, Humphreys, or Yeldon, Fournette owner. What? You've answered your question already. Okay, the question is already within the answer. You're dropping Yeldon right now. Period. Get it done. Okay, well, if you play until week 17, perhaps you want to keep Yeldon. So, as of right now, if you're like, hey, I'm worried I play until week 17, then you can drop John Kelly and pick up CJ Anderson as of right now. I don't even know if Deonta Foreman is playing this week. That's a good question now. I have to ask myself. Is Deonta Foreman playing this week? Yeah, but as of right now, looking at these names, I really want to drop Yeldon. I don't even know if he's got any value. I would never suggest starting Yeldon as of right now, especially since Fournette has come back. Yeldon has just fallen out of favor. He was good all season long. He was a good running back. But since Fournette has come back, not really doing much of value. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Deonta Foreman. Is he off the PUP list? Could be active. What does that mean? Okay, so leave Foreman, leave Blue. I'm either getting rid of Yeldon or I'm getting rid of Kelly. Now, if you're like, hey, I don't even use Humphreys, get rid of Humphreys. There's three names there that really don't have much value going forward. So that's my suggestion. In that order, get rid of, if you play till week 16 or 17, excuse me, you can drop Kelly. But if this is your last week, just drop Yeldon or Humphreys. All right, moving on. Another donation, Joe B with a $4.99 donation. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, brother. Asks PPR. Okay. PPR doesn't make a difference on quarterbacks, but I digress. We're moving on. Carr, Allen, Mariota, Foles, Winston. Who should I start on? Okay, so between the quarterbacks, we're going with Josh Allen this week. He's been solid in the last couple weeks. Honestly, I think he's been a QB1, maybe even a top 5 QB in the last 5 weeks. Dude has just been cleaning it up, especially because of the rushing yards and the rushing touchdowns and all those potential points that he's picking up. Josh Allen is my suggestion for this week. The next best between those fours would be Nick Foles, but then again, I'm not gonna put Nick Foles in a championship or semifinal game. So we're going to go with Josh Allen between those 5. Excuse me. Who should I start on defense? Dallas or Tennessee? Go with the Tennessee defense. Just today, they play against the Redskins in about 20-something minutes. So Tennessee defense, for sure, they locked down the Giants last week to pretty much being nothing because of how much that offensive line is beat up for the Redskins and their quarterback's Josh Johnson. They're not going to be able to get much done. I think Tennessee's going to bring the heat, and they're going to be really good defensively. They're going to cause some turnovers, get some sacks. There'll be probably a 13-plus point play this week as the defensive position. So I go with Tennessee between the two because you never know about Dallas playing against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay might figure it out. Maybe Deshaun Jackson, because he's playing this week, over the top from Jameis. They score somehow. There's always a possibility that kind of stuff happens. But Tennessee, man, the Redskins are so bad that they're not a safe enough play this week. All right. Foreman is playing. Okay, but hold on. That being said, is he going to be active? Because sure, he could have practiced this week, but maybe they're like, hey, we're gonna give him another week. Because if Foreman ends up playing, Alfred Blue value disappears completely. Okay, we'll see Foreman start taking a lot more carries, and then next week going into playoffs, he'll be great. But I wouldn't suggest Foreman this week because I really don't know how much of a workload he's gonna get. He might be even on a limited snap count. We never know. All right, let's see here. What are we catching here, question wise? Titans defense or Patriots defense? Give me the Titans. Hi, Andrew. Love your channel. Have tons of RBs. Starting Zeke and Henry, Mac, Fournette, Jamal Williams, Damian Williams, McGuire. I need one in a standard. I love it, guys. I love how we're just cleaning up our league's waiver wires and just absorbing all of the running back talent. It's fantastic. Between the bunch of them, if you're starting Zeke and Henry, I'm going to go with Marlon Mack as my next best and then Damian Williams as my 4th best. So probably start Marlon Mack at the next spot in a standard. Henry or Mixon or Lindsey. Derrick Henry this week. That's my suggestion, M. Jones. Nathan Larson asked standard. Do I flex Jordan Howard or Jamal Williams? In a standard format, probably. Ooh, that's why I'm a little worried about Mitchell Trubisky value because they could literally just run the ball the entire game against the 49ers and be just fine. In a standard format, though, I'd probably go with Jordan Howard just because he's probably going to see more touches and probably see more goal line work. But Jamal Williams he could be good too. I'd probably still go with Jordan Howard in a standard format. Any sort of PPR, we'll go with Jamal. Standard, Sony or Damian Williams, Galladay or Baldwin. Give me Damian Williams and give me Doug Baldwin. We're scrolling. Okay, here we go. Tyler Boyd or Brandon Cooks? Tyler Boyd, Cody, is hurt. He's not playing. He messed up his MCL, so he's not playing. So your answer is Brandon Cooks. You're welcome. Moving on, Nathan Woods asks, Matt Ryan or Josh Allen? Matt Ryan is my suggestion for this week. If Julio doesn't play, I'd probably go with Josh Allen. Not even kidding. Raider Sal asks, Gurley, Gordon, Jalen Samuels at the flex, flex, whatever. Carson on my bench. Bench Gurley for Carson. Okay, no. You're benching Jalen Samuels for Carson. Period. Jalen Samuels plays against the Saints defense. Saints defense doesn't give up much to the running back position. The only thing that Christian McCaffrey was capable of doing last week was throwing a passing touchdown on a 4th and 1 scenario in which everybody bit because they thought they were just going to run it up the middle. So other than that, McCaffrey, who was one of the 25-point running backs every single week, had no value against them because they couldn't run the ball. Either way, so we'll go with Gurley, Gordon, and Chris Carson. If, in fact, Gurley is out, then you'd place Jalen Samuels, and those 3 are the way to go. Scrolling down. Here we go. Would you play Corey Davis or Deshaun Hamilton as the wide receiver 2? Henry or Cook at the flex? I'd play Hamilton, and I'd probably play Henry. Why? Because Corey Davis is not going to see any passes towards him because the only thing the Titans do is run the ball. Mariota had 88 passing yards last week. I don't know if we can trust a receiver within that offense. So we'd go with Deshaun Hamilton, and then we'd probably go with Derrick Henry over Dalvin Cook this week. Goodness gracious. Titans defense or Colts defense? Great question, A-Hall. Only reason that's a great question is because the Titans, they have a good matchup today in a little bit versus the Redskins. But on top of that, the Colts have to play against the New York Giants defense, New York Giants offense, who is just as bad. as of late, especially with Odell being out, and how they were able to stop the offense of the Dallas Cowboys. Actually, I'm curious. Is the Colts game at home? If the Colts are at home, I'd probably take them this week. I'm not even kidding. Defenses, can we just can this app work? Maybe not. App doesn't want to work. Ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm that. Titans are at home, and the Colts are at home. So at this point, we're sitting here between two defenses, and I probably play the Colts defense. Honestly, with OBJ out, I think they're just going to blitz again. I think they're going to figure out what exactly the Titans did last week, and they're going to literally copy the same thing. The Colts are going to blitz every down and make Saquon's life a living hell. So I'll probably go with the Colts. Moving on. McGuire or Lockett at the flex. If it's a standard, no, either way. We're going with Tyler Lockett. Either way, Chris. Let's see here. Let's see. C-McC, Derrick Henry at RB2, flex, Damian Williams from the Chiefs. Yes. No. Damian Williams over Mark Ingram. We're not touching Mark Ingram, Warner Brothers. JKI177 asks, pick one for a flex. Thielen, Zach Zenner, Alfred Blue. It's not even close. We're picking, especially in a half PPR, we're going to go with Adam Thielen this week. I know he's been trash, but we're just going to hope. We're going to hope to every fantasy god that is available that wants to listen to our prayers that he's going to be good this week. Hendrik Jansen asks, Jalen Samuels, Damian Williams, or David Johnson for RB3 in a standard. Damian Williams is my suggestion. And on top of that, you're asking Pettis or Fitzgerald at the wide receiver position. If it's a standard league, we're going to go with Dante Pettis. I don't think Fitzgerald's ever going to catch, 70-plus yards or even get close to the end zone. So we're going to go with Dante Pettis between the two. Cohen or C.J. Anderson. Cohen, okay, you put R, but okay. Cohen or C.J. Anderson or Jamal Williams in the flex. If, in fact, Todd Gurley is out, I'll take C.J. Anderson. If not, Jamal Williams is my suggestion. 615 Mays. Let's see here. Okay, is that another donation from the one and only legend? Okay, here we go. Cabeza Grande asks, half-point PPR, need two. Gus, Edwards, Jamal Williams, McGuire, and who do you trust, Dak or Lamar Jackson? Okay, between those three running backs in a half PPR format, I'm probably going with Gus Edwards still. Man, Gus Edwards, even last week, was clean, but he plays against the Chargers defense. Their defense is decent. I think their secondary is a lot better, especially their slot corners and their outside corners. They're better than their upfront defense. So I'd probably go with Gus Edwards there. And on top of that, you need two. So I'd probably go with Jamal Williams next, playing against the Jets. And we'd leave Elijah McGuire on the bench. So Gus Edwards and Jamal Williams are the two suggestions there. And who do I trust more, Dak or Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson is going to be 15 points. That's what he's going to score tonight. Dak Prescott is going to score more than that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, what I'm talking about is 6-point per passing touchdown formats. He'll score like 16, 15 points, and that's where Lamar Jackson is safe. Dak Prescott, on the other hand, playing against Tampa Bay, I think, especially at home, should be an easier way to go. So I think Dak is the way to go between those two quarterbacks. Thank you again for the $5 donation. Much appreciated, brother. Moving on. And I'm still scrolling, people. We'll get there. Cousins or Rivers? Honestly, I'm almost convinced that, Phillip Rivers is matchup proof, okay? I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's thrown 2 or more touchdowns in literally every single game this season. So if you want a 2-touchdown guarantee, I'm pretty sure it's Rivers, right? I'm just worried, hey, if they want to run the ball a lot and Melvin Gordon shows up and gets all the goal line touches, there's going to be some issues there. But as of right now, I probably, just thinking about it. Rivers and, let me think, hold up. Where's my adjusted, updated rankings, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, here they are. Great. They're ready right here. Where do I have Rivers and Cousins? They're right next to each other. To be honest, I know I'd probably go, personally, if I had to start a lineup for this week and I had both these guys, I'm starting Phillip Rivers. Done. Period. Let's see here. We're moving on. Let's see. What do we got here? How are you? I'm great. I couldn't be better. Let's see. What are we doing here? Should I start Robbie Anderson? Sure. He's not a bad play. If I'm not mistaken, I have him within my top 20 wide receivers this week, so could be pretty decent. Gus the Bus or Gurley in a standard? If Gurley's playing, you play Gurley. Plain and simple. But otherwise, if Gurley's ending up on the bench because he's injured, then Gus the Bus gets to start. But the only issue is now you have to decide, hey, Gus plays tonight and Gurley's tomorrow. Do I wait and see how Gurley turns out? Yeah, you wait and see how Gurley turns out because if in fact Gurley doesn't play, you should drop whatever's at the end of your bench and pick up C.J. Anderson and play him in his stead. Let's see, Cortland Sutton. Hold up, where are we going? Here we go. Cortland Sutton, Tyrell Williams, or Josh Reynolds in a standard. Goodness, Tyrell Williams. I don't want to touch it. I don't really think he's that good. I know he saw a lot of targets last week, but he's a big player bust kind of guy. Hasn't really been doing much as of late. Cortland Sutton, on the other hand, also another guy that, hey, we're going to throw it up to you in the end zone. Your big frame and body, you better end up catching a touchdown. Hasn't been great, but Josh Reynolds catching a touchdown this week against the Cardinals may not seem like a bad idea. So I'm going with Josh Reynolds between the three. Josh Allen or Aaron Rodgers. Give me Aaron Rodgers, but if you've been running with Josh Allen the last couple weeks and he hasn't disappointed, then why change anything? But either way, I really think Aaron Rodgers versus the Jets, such a good matchup. And Aaron Rodgers last week, I mean, even though he didn't look good, I didn't expect him to look good. The Bears' defense is a different monster compared to the Jets. All right, moving on. Jamal Williams, Damian Williams, Carson. Should I flex Foster, Blue, or Larry Fitzgerald in a standard league? Blue's going to get more touches. Robert Foster's probably the biggest upside play. Larry Fitzgerald's in a standard, I don't want to touch Larry Fitzgerald. He's only a PPR kind of guy. So between those two, I'd probably go with Robert Foster. Especially if Deonta Foreman plays, I'm not trusting Blue too much. You the fucking man. Thank you. Yep, no problem. Baker or Ryan. Again, they're close enough within my ranking, Saul, that you can pretty much start either. Not especially. If Julio Jones does not play, you go with Baker. But if Julio is ready and active, which I've been told that he's going to play this week. I know he's questionable, but they came out, the organization, and they said, hey, he's going to play. Okay. So if he's going to play, I'm going with Matt Ryan. I don't believe in Santa, but you look like a young Santa. Yeah, but look, my beard's not even the same color, though. Like, it's not even close. I've got, like, blonde mustache, which I don't even know how it ends up like that. And then I got a little bit of, like, light brown here, and sometimes, like, I got some ginger in there. And then we got, like, the dark brown, black monster. So, technically, I could be a young Santa. And if you'd like, you can call my agent, and you can hire me for a gig for Tuesday morning. I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's see what we can get here on these questions. Holy moly. The time has passed so quickly, it's actually insane. Rivers has one game with one touchdown against Cincinnati a few weeks ago. Thank you, Matt. Much appreciated. That is a good call. So he only has one game out of 15 weeks in which he's only thrown one touchdown. Otherwise, he's two or more. There you go. Thank you for making that call. Appreciate it. And let's see what this $4.99 donation from Plus DT says. First year and in the ship. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get you a championship this year. A large part of your channel. Yep, thank you for the great advice. PPR, Robert Woods or Doug Baldwin? We're going with Doug Baldwin this week. Playing against that secondary of the Chiefs. We saw the Chiefs secondary get completely dismantled last week by Mike Williams, Travis Benjamin, Tyrell Williams, and Justin Jackson. So I'm pretty sure Doug Baldwin, Russell Wilson, they'll be able to take care of themselves. Usually earlier on in the season, I probably would have told you, hey, Robert Woods. But at this moment in time, with the way that Jared Goff is struggling and just the overall play of that offense, especially if Gurley plays, it's gonna be run first and run heavy. So I go with Doug Baldwin between the two. Again, thank you very much for the donation plus DT. Much appreciated, and hopefully we can get you that championship in your first year of fantasy. All right, where are we at here? You're the fantasy Santa? Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm bringing gifts And for those of you who are talking shit in the chat, I'm bringing you lumps of coal this year, so you can't win your championships. I'm just playing. But don't be an asshole. Here we go. Let's see here. Soy Sauce, welcome back. Remember the name already. Says, should I start Sanu if Julio does not play? Yeah, that's not a bad play, but he's like wide receiver 3 territory. Between him and Calvin Ridley's the better play. I think he'll get more touches, but Sanu could also be a good play. That secondary for the Panthers, they're not invulnerable to some good wide receiver play here and there. But yeah, if Julio's out, there's more value for Sanu and Calvin Ridley to step up. Oh my God. Okay, scroll to the bottom. Here we go. We're just gonna keep scrolling with it, ladies and gentlemen. Trey Burton or Jimmy Graham? Nathan Woods. I hate tight ends. I hate them so much. But between those two, I don't even know if Jimmy Graham's done anything as of late. He could be decent in the red zone. Trey Burton caught a touchdown last week. So just let me think about this. The 49ers defense, how do they go against the tight end position? They're probably decent. And then the Jets defense, is Jimmy Graham going to do anything this year? He really hasn't done anything. Is he going to have a last-ditch effort to try to save his year? I don't know. So as of right now, Nathan Woods, we'll go with Trey Burton. We're still scrolling. Here we go. Let's see if I can answer these one-word questions. Galladay or Anderson? Give me Robbie Anderson. Fournette, Ballage, White, or Humphreys? Give me Fournette. Baker Mayfield or Phillip Rivers? I'll take Baker Mayfield. I think he has the upside, while Phillip Rivers is the safe. And if Phillip Rivers gets some touchdowns stolen by Melvin Gordon this week, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'd probably go with Baker this week. Elijah McGuire, Jamal Williams. Give me Jamal Williams, Ray. Patriots defense or Minnesota defense? Who does Minnesota play? They play against the Lions. Give me the Minnesota defense. Gronk or Cameron Brate? Give me Gronk. Let's see here. Where are we going? Baldwin or Damian Williams? Hey, Shrimp Tail. That is a good question. In a standard league, we go Damian Williams. In a PPR, we're going Doug Baldwin. I really think Doug Baldwin's going to figure it out this week, just like he has in the last couple. Let's see here. Packers off. Okay, they should both be great. Packers offense. Okay, let's see here. C-Mac asks, Fournette, Damian Williams, Chris Carson, and a flex for a standard. Okay, between those three, give me Chris Carson in the flex. Russell Wilson or Big Ben, give me Russell Wilson. You're going to take the Seattle offense, and you're going to win a championship this week. So give me the two Seattle guys. Mayfield or Rodgers? Mayfield by a little bit, but honestly, Rodgers is right next to him to the point where I wouldn't be mad if you started Rodgers. So I think I have them ranked 5 and 6. So to be honest, flip the coin. I'll take Mayfield just by a little bit of a hair. But yeah, they're both going to be great this week. Honestly, Aaron Rodgers is just more trustable because he's a better quarterback at this point in his career. He has a better number one wide receiver, Devonta Adams, who is my number one wide receiver on the week. So Aaron Rodgers might be the better play. But they're both going to be great this week, especially because of the Cincinnati defense being so awful. Asking very alike questions because new info comes out to me. Okay, Hamilton, Robinson, or Foster. Oh, okay, that's Allen Robinson. Between those three, I'd probably go with Foster with the upside play and then Robinson for the safe play. But if you play in a standard, oh, man, you know what? Honestly, I think I'm going to go with Foster overall. Yeah. I think I'm going to go Robert Foster for the Bills. Yeah, give me Robert Foster, Jacob. Let's see, Mr. P. Okay, so I have Gurley, Fournette, Gus Edwards, Damian Williams, and Jamal Williams this week. Which three do I start in a standard? You start Gurley, you start Damian Williams, and you start Gus Edwards. And if, in fact, Gurley does not play, you will play Fournette. Done. Moving on. Did I scroll too much? Eric Ebron or Evan Ingram. Give me Evan Ingram this week. Minnesota, yeah, we'll take Minnesota's D. Ebron or Kittle, give me Kittle. Allen or Foster. Is that Keenan Allen? No, I'll take Keenan Allen. If he's healthy and he's playing this week, I'd rather go with Keenan Allen. But, hey, if you're like, listen, I don't want to end up like last week where he gave me 0 points, the safer play is to go with Robert Foster this week in that case. Jamal Williams or Mark Ingram? Hector, we're going to go with Jamal Williams. Thanks to the man. No problem, Mike. We're not saying that name. Listen, we're not saying this name. I have to highlight it because we're not saying this name. This one right here. That's not allowed to be said in this chat. Okay? No more. I'm going to start banning people who say that name. We're not allowed to do it. I'm just playing. But seriously, between those two, we're taking Robbie Anderson. Hi, Andrew. Great show. Standard League. Broncos, Colts, Dolphins, Browns, or Cowboys? I'm assuming you mean defense. So in that case, we're going to go with the Colts defense this week, playing against the Giants. Callaway, Sanu, or Samuel? Is that Curtis Samuel? Between those three, I'd probably go with... I'll probably go Curtis Samuel. I know the quarterback is a question mark as of right now, the second string quarterback for the Panthers, but I'd probably go with Curtis Samuel. Actually, Callaway could be good, but he doesn't get that many targets. He probably gets like 4 targets a game. Callaway is the touchdown upside, and Curtis Samuel is the, hey, I play in a PPR and I want more receptions and I don't want to depend on touchdown. And if Sanu ends up getting the start, that's the only reason. Sanu would only touch the ball if Julio Jones is not playing. So, a lot of question marks there. So as of right now, we'll take Callaway in a standard, we'll take Curtis Samuel in a PPR, and we'll take Sanu over all of them if oh, you meant Samuel. Sorry, I'm saying Sanu. Goodness gracious, no wonder. Oh yeah, no, never mind. I'm tilted, guys. Leave me alone. All right, I'm done with this question. Sanu plays over everyone if, in fact, Julio Jones is gone, all right? I'm confusing myself too much. C-Mac says, Merry Christmas, Andrew, Damian Williams, or Phillip Lindsay. Between those, Damian Williams against the Seattle Seahawks, Phillip Lindsay against the Raiders, but Phillip Lindsay's been shut down in the last couple weeks. We're going to go with Damian Williams between those two. Honestly, I think Phillip Lindsay, the offense, they're beginning to really just, I don't know, they're disappearing. That Broncos offense, since they played the 49ers a couple weeks back, the 49er defense figured out, hey, we're going to just blitz every single down and force Keenum to throw the ball instead of letting Phillip Lindsay run all over us. Guess what? The Browns did the exact same thing last week, and I'm sure the Raiders are going to pick up something on that. They're going to blitz every single down. They're going to give Phillip Lindsay as much as he can handle, and they're going to force Case Keenum to beat the Raiders. So as of right now, we're going to go with Damian Williams over Phillip Lindsay. Another donation from Bobby. Welcome. Says, thank you for all that you've helped. Okay, yeah. The season pick 3, full PPR. Saquon, Chubb, Mac, Henry, Kelly, CJ Anderson, Damian Williams, Jamal, or Jalen Samuels. Thanks. The Fantasy Thanos. Yes. I think the gauntlet's someone over there. I could bring it out, but I don't want to blind you guys with the gloriousness. Maybe we go pull out the gauntlet. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Maybe we pull out the gauntlet for a second. Oh, look at this. Woo! Woo! You guys haven't seen this in a while, right? Oh, my God. Oh, my. Woo! We brought out the gauntlet. Yes. It still exists, guys. The gauntlet's still here. It'll come out next season a little bit more. But as of right now, there's not too many hidden gems left out in the world as of right now. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and scroll. Okay. I can't literally use this and scroll. So anyway, to answer your question, Bobby, we're going to go with full PPR, Saquon, Chubb, Mac, Henry, okay. Yeah, go with Saquon, go with Chubb, and go with Henry. Now, if you're... I know, I couldn't tell you this to bench Saquon. No, just go with Saquon, Chubb, and Henry. Those are my 3 suggestions in a full PPR. Whew, yeah, it's tough because Saquon really could get completely barrel stuffed this week by the Colts defense and then struggle because of how much they blitz, but we're gonna go with Saquon, Chubb, and Henry. We gotta run with them. All right. Thank you again for the donation, Bobby. Much appreciated. It would be a dream if you said my name. Really? I almost want to not say your name now, Benjamin. All right, Benjamin, back, bake. No, it's probably back. Benjamin, back. This is your moment. You can clip it. And your dream has now come true. Listen, I'm the fantasy Santa, right? I'm bringing gifts this year, so and I'm bringing fantasy championships on Christmas night. So you're welcome. Anyway, moving on. Jamal Williams or Samuel? Is that Jalen Samuels or is that Curtis Samuel? Either way, we're going with Jamal Williams. Soy sauce, thanks, man, no problem. John Kelly, a start if Todd Gurley is out. If Todd Gurley is out, according to Sean McVay, the head coach of the Rams, if he is out, it is going to be C.J. Anderson. Okay, so John Kelly probably won't see many snaps. He'll get some rotation in there. We've seen it. We saw him used last week because of Gurley's injury. So if Gurley's completely out, it's C.J. Anderson, though. They're committed to C.J. Anderson being the starting running back going forward, if, in fact, Gurley's hurt. That's why they signed him earlier this week. Would you take banged-up Gurley over Damian Williams? Yeah, I would. Why? Because they play the Cardinals. If, in fact, Gurley is healthy enough to play, because we know for a fact, I'm about to go on a rant. You ready for this? We know for a fact that Sean McVay and the Rams, okay, they will not play their players unless they really have to and they care about winning, okay? We've seen this preseason, not a single starter of the Rams played. Why? Because they don't want to risk injury. So, for sure, if a starter is ready to play and he's healthy enough to play, they're going to throw him out there. So, if Gurley is ready and able to move, you're starting Gurley 100%. He's the best running back in the NFL. He's the best running back in fantasy. He plays against the Cardinals. We saw what Tevin Coleman did to the Cardinals last week. Had 145 rushing yards. Where's Tevin Coleman been the last 6 weeks, right? He hasn't been anywhere. Almost knocked over my water. Holy moly. So, as of right now, you 100% must start Gurley if he plays tomorrow. If he doesn't, okay, great. You have your great backup. Damian Williams, go ahead and start for you. But you have to start Gurley. He's too good. And I don't think the Rams are dumb enough, because I know they want to try to win a Super Bowl this year. I know they've been struggling, but they want to win a Super Bowl. So if in fact they're thinking, hey, Gurley's not ready, they're going to leave him on the bench. They have no risk because they play the Cardinals again. The Cardinals, they're going to blow them out by 28 points in the first half, I'm assuming. So it's going to be an easy, breeze through. So I doubt that they'll have to worry. Maybe the Cardinals compete with them, but either way, if Gurley plays, you got to play him. I went on a rant. Sorry about that. All right. M. Jones with a $1.99 donation says, thanks for the fantasy advice. P.S. Cook or Gronk? Dalvin Cook or Gronkowski? Dalvin Cook, 100%. It's not even close. Wait, is that Jared Cook or Dalvin Cook? Because that makes a big difference. If it's Dalvin Cook, we're going to go with Dalvin Cook. But if it's Jared Cook, give me Gronkowski. I don't want to touch no Raiders this week. Okay, we're playing the championship. I can't trust any Raiders on my team, okay? So we'll go with Rob Gronkowski playing against the Bills. I think he scored a touchdown the first week against the Bills. Bills linebacker is pretty So we'll go with Rob Gronkowski, assuming that's Jared Cook. Anyway, thank you again for the donation. Much appreciated. All right, what other questions do we have here? Dope, you take time to do this. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody out there. No matter what you guys celebrate, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, I don't know, what other. If you know what? If fantasy football is your religion, I don't blame you, okay? The fantasy gods, they exist. You might go to church every Sunday in front of your couch and watch NFL Red Zone. That could be your church. I don't judge, because sometimes that's my church too. So, hey, anyway, happy holidays, everybody. All right, moving on. Benjamin Back says, I'm in the championship. I have 2 flex. Leonard Fournette, Gus Edwards. Have to flex Leonard Fournette or Gus Edwards in a half-point PPR. Yeah, you go with Gus Edwards between those two. He at least is able to move the ball. Leonard Fournette, on the other hand, they're not really doing anything over there. So we're going to go with Gus Edwards tonight versus the Chargers. Jalen Samuels or Jamal Williams? Give me Jamal Williams. Damian or Jamal? Full PPR. Give me Damian over Jamal Williams, Jason Bell. With White and Ingram on the bench along with Blue and Kelly. Thinking about White and Pettis in my flex. Thoughts? I'd probably, I'm not too upset at that, but I honestly think if... Oh, no, you have Damian Williams and Jamal Williams. Okay, great. That's fine. I understand the question now. So you're thinking who is going to play in the flex? Yeah, James White and Pettis? That's fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. Those are 2 good plays. Let's see here. Moving down. Happy holidays. Yep. David Johnson, Jalen Samuels. David Johnson. Not by too much, but I'll take David Johnson. So I have Gurley, Fournette, Gus Edwards, Damian Williams, Jamal Williams. Man, everybody has the same team because they all picked up these free agent monsters. Which 3 should I play in a standard? If Gurley plays, you got to play with Gurley. So it's Gurley, Damian Williams, and Gus Edwards, Mr. PC44. Okay. Williams or McGuire. I don't know which Williams it is, but I'll take any Williams over a McGuire this week. Okay? That is my answer. You're welcome. Wish I could give you more. Nah, listen. Donations are not required. I will try to get to everyone's questions. I know we've already passed the allotted stream time, but I'm here. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as we can so that I can help you all out. No problem. All right, so let me go ahead and try to do something real quick. Let's see if I can open up. Whoop, whoop. All right, we're still good. Okay, cool. What we're going to do really quickly, I'm going to try to open up my Spectrum app so I can actually watch this this Tennessee Titans game while we're answering some questions, shall we? I know it's going to be a little bit of delay because I'm using the Spectrum app on my computer. I could no. This needs to be muted. Stop. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm trying to find the game. Is it on ESPN? No, it's probably on like channel 247, something like that, right? Unless it's not right now. That would be impossible. Where's the game? Do we not have a game tonight? Does it not start at 1:30? What's going on right now? All right, forget about it. Somebody needs to tell me. Is the game not starting right now? Does Tennessee not play the Redskins right now? I'm almost positive they do. Either way, Bobby, no problem. Thank you for the donation. Guys, again, donations are not required. I will be here to try to answer as many questions as I can. All right, we're going to try to go through this. Let's see here. Robbie Anderson, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and Alshon. Pick two. Give me Alshon and give me Keenan Allen. If you're worried about Keenan Allen's injury, play Robbie Anderson and Alshon. I won last week, had 12-point lead, and the other guy had Breeze. Oh, my. That's insane. That's hilarious. JT Smith, the other guy had Breeze. In any other year, in any other week this season, you would have been shitting your pants. You probably would have lost. But, hey, that's how fantasy works. Kalen Ballage or AP in a PPR? Give me Kalen Ballage. Is CJ Anderson worth a start? If Gurley's not playing, he's a top 20 running back. So look at the 20 running backs that I had on my list earlier in this episode and you know, play him accordingly. I don't know how much value he's going to have. I don't even know if CJ Anderson's in shape. I know he's been jumping around team to team. I think he was on the Raiders last week, and then they cut him, and then now he's on the Rams. So he could have value. Keenan Allen, Alshon, or Sony. Pick two. I'd rather have Alshon and Keenan Allen this week. Phillip Rivers or Josh Allen in a PPR. Doesn't matter about PPR. But honestly, Rivers is the safe play, while Josh Allen has the higher upside, and I like the higher upside of Josh Allen. Actually, you know what? No, we'll probably go with Phillip Rivers. I cannot go away from him throwing for 2 or more touchdowns in every single game this season, except for one game. It was against Cincinnati, no big deal. So I'll probably go with Phillip Rivers that way. But they're close enough to where I'm like, I'm jumping around. It's on NFL Network? Okay, bet. Give me a second here. I know where NFL Network is on this goddamn channel list. Where is it? What are we doing here? What the All right, guys, give me a moment. All right. Let's scroll all the way down the NFL Network. I think it's like channel 310 or some shit. Aha, there it is. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. Now we're watching commercials. Great. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to watch commercials. All right. Where are we at here? Gus or Jamal in a PPR? Ooh, if it's a full-point PPR, probably Jamal Williams. Gus Edwards still going to be good, but I think Jamal Williams has a better opportunity. If you catch 4 balls, man, you're pretty much set. It helps your value that much more. So Jamal Williams probably in a full PPR. Ryan, Cousins, or Allen if Julio doesn't play. If Julio doesn't play. Yeah, if Julio doesn't play, it has to probably either be Cousins or Allen. I'll probably go with, Kirk Cousins. I know Josh Allen's been fired, but I don't know what it is. I like Kirk Cousins this week against the Lions. Long live the beard. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully there's not a reason where I have to shave this thing, because if I have to, I'm going to cry. I've had this thing for too long. Let's see. It's on. Yes. Thank you. Perfect. All right. Woods or who shall not be named, Fournette or in a standard. We'll go with Woods and Fournette. Life potentials. Let's see here. Moving on. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay, we're going to scroll back up a little bit here. All right, half PPR. I can start 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 flex. DJ, so it's David Johnson, Jamal Williams, Damian Williams, Edelman, Alshon, Brandon Cooks. Okay, so the one wide receiver you're for sure playing is Alshon Jeffrey. The one running back you're for sure playing is Damian Williams. And your flex this week in a half-point PPR is going to be Jamal Williams over David Johnson. Yeah, there it is, Miles Cutler. All right, thanks, man. Any concern on Allen? Yeah, there's for sure concern. He has a hip injury. I thought it was a concussion. I thought that's why he left the game last week. If it's a hip injury, this dude gets tackled the wrong way, there's some issues. Especially against that defense, it could present a lot of issues. So it's probably, I mean, look, if you're in the championship and you're like, listen, I need my best team out there, Allen could probably be out there. There's an argument for him to be in your lineup, but injury concern, man, it's a toss-up. I don't know what to expect because literally anything could happen. This dude could literally on the first play of the game catch a ball, 5-yard slant, fall down on the hip, and he's like, I don't want to play anymore, and he goes to the locker room. It could happen. You never know. But otherwise, Keenan Allen's like within my top 12 wide receivers this week. Calvin Ridley or Deshaun Hamilton? Probably go with Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, if in fact Julio doesn't play. Otherwise, I'll take Deshaun Hamilton this week. Moving on. If Gurley is out, C.J. Anderson or Marlon Mack? Richard Aguero. Marlon Mack for sure. Not even close. Marlon Mack for sure. Plays against the Giants. Giants suck on stopping the run. They're not a terrible organization. Listen, they got some talent there, but stopping the run, not their best thing. That's not their forte. Let's see here. Mitch or Matt Ryan? Lucky Mitch got dropped back to the waivers for me since I had, I need to drop Cam. That's unfortunate, Jason Bell. Between the two, I like Matt Ryan as long as Julio's playing. If he's not, give me Mitchell Trubisky. Gus over Jamal Williams in a standard, in a half-point PPR, sure. In a full-point PPR, Hector, I'd rather have Jamal Williams because Gus Edwards will not catch a ball ever. Let's see here. Moving on. Fire up the Colts or the Browns defense? Probably go with the Colts. What they were able to do to the Cowboys last week, pretty impressive. So I'm pretty sure they'll be able to do the same thing to the Giants this week. The Browns defense, not a bad play either, guys. They are literally going to blitz every down. They're going to try to force Jeff Driscoll to throw interceptions or get sacked. They did it last week to Case Keenum. So Browns, again, not a bad defensive play either. Rich Guerrero says, if Gurley is out, CJ or Mack? Yeah, again, Marlon Mack for sure. Constantino Gonzalez says, Jamal or Cooks in a PPR? Wow. Brandon Cooks or Jamal Williams? I feel like the guaranteed... No, I'm going Jamal Williams. I don't want to touch Brandon Cooks. I don't want to touch... especially with Patrick Peterson. Literally going to be shadowing him the entire game. Give me Jamal Williams. Big Ben or Dak in the standard? I'll take Big Ben Roethlisberger this week to DCB fan 1231. Thanks, no problem. You still see Baker Mayfield as a top 5? Let's see here. Baker Mayfield is still a top 5. I can confirm this. In my opinion, this week, playing against that terrible Cincinnati defense, he is still a top 5. Let me go ahead and change some things really quickly. Is Derrick Henry going to get anything done today? Let's see. Wow, the Redskins scored a field goal. Dustin Hopkins coming onto the board early and often. Here we go. Moving on. Let's see here. I mentioned I was in a championship round. I'm going up against Barkley, McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, and Amari Cooper. I do have Zeke, Damian Williams, Hill, Hopkins, and Kittle. It's going to be close. Absolutely going to... Wait, hold up. Whew, wow. Dude, you need Tyreek Hill to have one of those weeks. You absolutely need Tyreek Hill to have one of those weeks, Miguel. Because if he doesn't end up popping off because if he ends up showing up and dropping 5 points, you can pack it up, right? But if he shows up, has one of those 20-plus point weeks, I think it won't be as close as you think because there's always a chance that Amari Cooper doesn't score and Barkley doesn't score. McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook, on the other hand, they'll be great. But, it could be close. You have Hopkins, too. God, it's going to be a good one. Keep me updated on what happens there. All right. Anyway, let's see here. Thanks, Andrew, for answering defensive questions. Standard. Pick 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Yeah, you know what? Just give me your login and your password for your fantasy league. Let me set your lineup. I'm just fine. Anyway, let's see here. Gurley, Samuels, McGuire, Dixon, Balaj, Diggs, Hilton, Anderson, Foster, Pettis. All right, 2 running backs. Todd Gurley and Jalen Samuels are the 2 running backs for sure. The 2 wide receivers are going to be Diggs and Hilton, and the flex is going to be, is this a PPR? Is this a standard league? The flex is going to be Robbie Anderson. Ooh, no, damn, Robbie Anderson. Yeah, no, flex is going to be Robbie Anderson. So I will repeat it again. It's going to be Gurley, Samuels, Diggs, Hilton, and Anderson. Those are the 5 plays. All right, if Gurley doesn't play or doesn't go, late game options: Dante Pettis, Jordy Nelson, Patrick, or Mike Davis in a PPR. If Gurley doesn't go, do you not have CJ Anderson? That's literally what I'm thinking as of right now. Like, if this is your championship week, this is for FFJP06, yeah? If this is your championship week, this is week 16, this is the last week you play, why not drop Jordy Nelson, pick up CJ Anderson, and then play him? Otherwise, if he's already gone, you would go with Dante Pettis this week. Vikings D or Bears D? Probably both going to be great, to be honest. I think they're really both going to be good. The Bears have been way more consistent all year long, but the Vikings are coming on strong as of late. So between those two, playing against the Lions, playing against the 49ers, I'd probably go with, I'm going to go with the Vikings defense this week. No joke. JT Smith. Merry Christmas. I need help with a championship game. Allen Robinson, Robert Foster, Robbie Anderson, Deshaun Hamilton. Which 2 should I start? We're going to go with Robbie Anderson. And goodness, I like Robert Foster a lot. Robbie Anderson for sure. Now the second player that I'm thinking between 2. I'm thinking between Allen Robinson and Robert Foster, Garfield. Between those 2, Robbie Anderson. Robert Foster has been way better as of late. He continues to see what? I think he's had 4 10-point or more fantasy games in the last 5 weeks. So we'll go with Robert Foster and Robbie Anderson between those 2, Garfield. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you as well. Chargers D or Colts D? Give me the Colts. MIA 305. Constantino Gonzalez says Damian Williams or Lindsey in a standard. Give me Damian Williams. Honestly, give me Damian Williams. I'd honestly rather have the starting running back of the Chiefs than the starting running back of the Broncos, in which the Raiders are going to blitz every single down and give Lindsey some hell. Jacob Gord says, says, let's hope Corey Davis doesn't score much points because I ended up benching him. No, listen. If he scores any points this week, and you know what? It's probably going to happen now. Now that we've talked about it, now that you've brought it up to my attention, my luck is so bad sometimes. Whoa, what are we doing here? My luck is so bad sometimes. There's always a potential that I get screwed over. What did I just do? I don't know what I just... Hold on, give me a second, guys. I'm trying to figure out some BS over here. Let me see here. Okay, we're good. All right, back to the questions. Okay. Whew. Says, okay, I'm going with the Vikings. Thanks, man. Trying to win these 2 championships. Yep, hopefully you can get those 2 championships. That'll be fantastic. Colts or Dolphins? Give me the Colts defense. Give me the Colts defense. Let's see here. Let's hope it doesn't score. Yep, Brandon Cooks, Allen Robinson, Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson is my suggestion. David Toe, or 2, sorry. Adam Pittman says, Patriots defense or Colts? Give me the Colts defense. Juan Martinez says, Mitch or Goff? And Cohen or Jamal Williams in PPR. Go with Mitch or Trubisky, and go with, honestly, Cohen in a full PPR is probably the better play. But Jamal Williams will probably get more touches. So we'll go with Jamal Williams and Mitch or Trubisky, Juan. Let's see, Pierre coming back with another question. Phillip Rivers, Gus Edwards tonight. All right, should I start? Yeah, well, why not? I've seen your questions, right? You're struggling between... Phillip Rivers and Baker Mayfield or Josh Allen? I know it's one of those 2 because I'm seeing so many questions. I think Phillip Rivers is a good play. I think Gus Edwards is a good play. Start them up both. Corey has 2. What? Corey has 2. 1 point already? Haha. Okay. I don't even know what's happening in this game. Let's see if I can pull this thing up. I see Derrick Henry running the ball. That's all I know. Did he score a touchdown? Did Derrick Henry just score a touchdown? Wait, what do you mean? I also benched Henry in the end? What are you... Jacob, what are you doing? You're not listening, dude. You're not listening. No. You don't trust in the process. Okay, let's go over this, shall we? Let's go over this again, all right? We're going to pull this back up right here. Okay, we went over this a little bit earlier, okay? Derrick Henry's my number 6 running back this week. Number 6. There's a reason. All they do is run the ball, and this guy's been on fire. He's got the confidence, and the offensive line is playing better than they have all season long. They got, 2 Pro Bowlers on that with the right and left tackle. They've got good interior offensive line, and the Redskins have nothing to play for. So, should have started Henry. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Let's go back to here, shall we? Nope, that's not it. Here we go. Standard, I need a flex. Damian Williams, Jamal Williams, and then Ridley, Julio, Galladay, Robbie. Pick one for a standard. Yeah, we're going to go with Damian Williams as your flex, Robert Lores, and then we're going to go with Julio Jones. Between all these receivers, we're going to go with Julio Jones. But I know you're worried. If, in fact, he doesn't play, it's easy. You just start Robbie Anderson, no problem. But otherwise, I couldn't leave Julio on my bench in this, in Week 16 matchup. Let's see. Arthur says, for the championships, I have Juju and Tyreek Hill at my wide receiver positions. With Juju being questionable with the hammy, should I stick with him unless noted as Robbie Anderson? Yeah, if in fact Juju's playing, I'd probably take him over Robbie Anderson and Kenny Galladay. I know it's questionable. We're worried. He's come out on Twitter. He said, guys, I'm going to play. I'm coming out to win you guys some fantasy championships. Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. I'd probably play Juju. Arthur. Yes, Derrick Henry got a touchdown. What a surprise, guys. What a surprise. Derrick Henry's a beast. Okay? I never thought I would have said that, right? Maybe at Alabama you could have said that, but right now I wouldn't have considered it this season. But you know what's going to be hilarious, guys? Just really quick, a little side note before I get back to answering questions. A side note on it is, if in fact Derrick Henry continues to clean up the next 2 games, his fantasy value next year, when you look at his box score, it's going to say like 1,000 yards rushing, 12 plus touchdowns. He's going to look like a good running back on paper. But we all know that Derrick Henry was terrible the entire season, except for the last 4 games. We know that. As long as we all remember that, do not forget that, guys. All right, well, Cook can go on fire tomorrow, too. Okay, yeah, it's possible. Let's see here. Picking scrapes for tight end, Chris Herndon or Vance McDonald? Chris Herndon. I mentioned that before to somebody asking that exact question. We're going to go with Chris Herndon this week. Thanks, buddy, for all the advice. See you next season. Merry championships. Yes, I'm the fantasy Santa, and I'm bringing championships this week. Let's see here. Vance McDonald or Ian Thomas? Give me Vance McDonald. Let's see here. That's the Ivan Timo. Let's see. Anthony asks, Lindsey or Galladay at the flex? We're going to go with Philip Lindsey. Gets more touches, more guaranteed stuff. Especially with Galladay having to be matched up with Xavier Rhodes. It's going to be tough for him. So we'll go Philip Lindsey, Anthony. Jason Boyd asks, I need to start 2 running backs in a standard. James White, or Kalen Ballage, or Josh Adams. Let's go down memory lane here, shall we? If I'm not mistaken. On page 2, we have Kalen Ballage here at 27. We have James White at 29. Josh Adams at 34. So to answer your question, we're going to go with Kalen Ballage and James White this week. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Going back up. All right. Let's see here. Arthur played Henry. Thanks to you. Appreciate it. Guys, if you didn't play Henry, I'm going to punch a baby, but I wouldn't do that. All right. I'll just cry for you. I know you're crying already if you didn't play him, but Derrick Henry TD, baby. Yeah, it's a fact. He's a monster. I don't know why, but he's a fucking beast right now. He's winning fantasy championships this season, man. Derrick Henry. I might have to just buy a Derrick Henry jersey, throw it up on that wall, because it's a plain wall, right? Maybe just have a Derrick Henry poster rack up there. Praise the fantasy god himself, Derrick Henry. All right. Robert Laura says, thanks for answering the question. I hadn't subbed until this week and kept running into your channel. Loved your good explanations and how cool you seem. Happy holidays. Hadn't subbed until this week. Well, Either way, I'm glad you did. Well, actually, you didn't say that you subbed. Well, no, you said you hadn't subbed till this week. Okay, we're good. Either way, Robert Lores, thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. Hopefully you stick around with the channel. We're going to have some off-season stuff even after the season's done. So either way, hope you enjoy the content. Let's go ahead and move on. CJ Uzama, Ian Thomas, Lacrosse, yeah, for the, or Swaim. No. Okay. Hold up. You want to know? Okay, really quickly before we do anything, I just got it. All right, here we go. Right here. You see this, guys? This is the Fantasy Gauntlet. It's still here. Do not worry. Okay, the Fantasy Gauntlet's here. I've got a hidden gem for you right here, right now. All right, yes, for the 59 of you that are still left in here, we've got a hidden gem. Okay, you're asking about tight ends that you might consider playing this week. Blake Jarwin. You're thinking to yourself, who the fuck is Blake Jarwin, Andrew? He's the tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Go look up at his stats the last couple weeks. Has had 7 targets each of the last 2 weeks. Has had, if I'm not mistaken, 12 catches in the last 2 weeks. Almost 100 yards receiving. In a PPR format, in a standard format, I'll take him. He's better than some of these trash can tight ends. So, Pierre, to answer your question, Blake Jarwin. He's a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem, boys. Anyway, moving on. MIA 305 says, thanks for being a big help. Merry Christmas. Okay, we're scrolling back up. Hold up. Where are we at? So I have Evans, Diggs, Damian Williams, the flex. Robbie put them in order. My decision is 2 for flex. I have Thielen and Hill at wide receiver. Okay, so between those guys, Evans, Diggs, Damian Williams, Robbie Anderson. I'm playing Damian Williams over all of them. And then the next best wide receiver is Stephon Diggs. Yeah, so Damian Williams and Stephon Diggs. Then after those two, we'll go with Mike Evans, then Robbie Anderson, MIA 305. Elijah McGuire, Jamal Williams. Go with Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams. Let's see here. Shrimp Tail, $2 donation. That's it. No message. You're a stud. You know that? You're an absolute stud. You don't even have to ask questions. You just drop in donation. Thank you very much. Happy holidays. All right, let's see here. Aloha, Andrew. Hey, aloha, what's up? Standard format. Robbie Anderson, Kenny Galladay, DJ Moore for wide receiver flex. Also, Burton, Ian Thomas. Guys, if you're looking for a hidden gem wide receiver, Blake Jarwin. Just saying. Anyway, but to answer your question, Robbie Anderson over Kenny Galladay. So Robbie Anderson, Kenny Galladay, and DJ Moore. I'd go with Robbie Anderson over over the other two. Excuse me. Also, Trey Burton, Ian Thomas. Yeah, Trey Burton is probably the better play over Ian Thomas. But if you're not worried about it, Blake Jarwin. All right, moving on. Carson or Lindsey at the flex, half-point PPR. Give me Chris Carson, Ray Barrera. Moving on. Elijah or Williams. We're going to go Jamal Williams. Tim Patrick, Robbie Anderson. Give me Robbie Anderson. Elijah McGuire or Jamal Williams. Yeah, we already got it. We're done. Okay, moving on. Don't spam, please. I'll get to your question, dude. Don't worry. Kittle over Ebron and why? Kittle against tough matchups. Who they play? The Bears this week? Okay. This is literally the only reason why. What has Eric Ebron done in the last 2 weeks? Well, Andrew, let's go look it up, shall we? Open our fantasy app up. Come here. Open your ass up. Let's go. Wow, my fantasy app is so damn slow. Okay, here we go. Eric Ebron, what have you done in the last 2? Actually, let's see what you've done in the last month. Okay, we're not going to say, hey, the last 2 weeks and just like pluck those out. What has he done in the last month? Okay. Oh, actually, last week was the only trash week he's had? Excuse me? Eric Ebron gets to start. Not even playing. Eric Ebron gets to start over George Kittle. Wow. I didn't even know Eric Ebron's been that... Really? Damn, son. Eric Ebron gets to start. You've changed my mind instantly. Okay, going back. All right, here we go. Chapstick, 1889, back with another $5 donation. Much appreciated, brother. Asks, Deshaun Hamilton or D.D. Westbrook? Give me Deshaun Hamilton this week. Gets a lot of targets, and to be honest, between the two quarterbacks, I think he's got the better of the two. I know Case Keenum is a little questionable, but he's definitely better than Cody Kessler. I know, hey, listen, you go look at D.D. Westbrook's stats from the last couple weeks. He scores touchdowns, but he got saved last week by a punt return. So I think Deshaun Hamilton's the better player this week, especially in a PPR when she's getting more targets and such. I think I fucked this up a little bit. There we go. All right. Back to the questions. Keenan Allen, Robert Foster. Really, at this point, I'm going to go with Keenan Allen, David Wong. But if you're worried about the injury, Robert Foster's not a bad play. I think Robert Foster has the upside of even being a better play this week than Keenan Allen. It's just safety-wise, Keenan Allen could potentially just have a monster week. You never know. But he could also get hurt in the first 2 plays and disappear. Okay, asking about Herndon and Jarwin. You pulled out the Fantasy Gauntlet, LOL. Hey, listen, the Fantasy Gauntlet, it's always sitting around here. Now, you guys haven't seen it in a while, but it doesn't mean that it's lost its power. It's just when I put on the Gauntlet, there's just too much information flowing through my brain, and it just short circuits and everything goes and just becomes a mess. So between those two, between Herndon and Jarwin, they're pretty much both silent killers as of right now. I think they're both decent plays. Playing against the Packers are pretty decent at stopping. I'd probably go with Blake Jarwin. I'd probably play Blake Jarwin over Herndon this week. Let's see. Here we go. Where are we at? So, yeah, to answer your question, Kittle, no. We're going to go with Ebron over Kittle this week. Shrimptail, thanks. Merry Christmas. I'll be back for one more week. My 2 championships. Okay, yep, no problem. I will have questions. No problem, Shrimptail. See you soon. Yes, please do. Okay. Where do you like CJ Anderson on the list? Okay, let's pull up the list, shall we? All right. So if in fact CJ Anderson is playing this week, I'd probably put him at number 18. I'd get rid of, well, no, he would be 17 technically because Gurley wouldn't be on number 1. So if in fact CJ Anderson is playing this week, I'd play him above Leonard Fournette. Let's put it that way. If Todd Gurley is out and CJ Anderson is playing and starting, which he should be, I play him above Leonard Fournette. He'd be within the top 18 or top 17 technically. So that's the answer, BZ Beak. My questions are on fire. Yeah. Why Diggs over Evans? Good question. To be honest, okay, so here's the thing. Diggs plays against, Darius Slay? Not a bad match. I mean, not a good matchup, right? Darius Slay's a top, upper echelon cornerback. But the only thing is, is Jameis Winston dependable enough to get the ball down the field to Evans? Evans played well last week. But again, don't forget, he only had 4 receptions. Those 4 receptions happened to be for 140 or 120-something odd yards, right? Which saved his week. But Mike Evans, as of late, especially this Tampa Bay offense, I'm not sure how much we can trust them. At least Diggs sees more targets and sees more red zone opportunities than Evans. I think they're both decent plays. If I'm not mistaken, they're really close in my rankings. Let's see. I have Diggs, just 2 spots over Evans. It's not like a major difference because they're both good wide receivers. I trust Kirk Cousins a little bit more, and I trust the matchup a little bit more for Stephon Diggs this week. Okay. Let's see here. I've answered that question. But again, I will mention, okay, listen here. Where are we at? Moving up. Okay. Right here. This question right here. I've answered it 6 times. I will take Robbie Anderson over Robert Foster this week. Plain and simple. Phillip Lindsay or Robert Woods in a PPR flex? That's a good question. I'll take Robert Woods. I'm not even kidding, Joe Smith. I'll take Robert Woods. I'm a little skeptical on Phillip Lindsay's production. I know he's been good, this season he's really had a breakout season. Okay, no one can deny that. But as of late, they are really struggling to run the ball. And I don't know how much that's going to change. The Raiders, they're not great. But I'm sure the Raiders can figure something out to just blitz every down and give Phillip Lindsay some hell. So I'd probably take the wide receiver in the PPR. So I'll take Robert Woods. Which is tough to say because of how bad Jared Goff has been. Really just how bad he's been. Anyway, moving on. Hey, Andrew, Standard League. What's your thought on Justin Jackson versus Jalen Samuels? 100% I'm playing Jalen Samuels over Justin Jackson. Here is my thought process behind it. Pretty plain and simple. James Conner is not playing this week. Therefore, there are only 2 active running backs for the Steelers. It's Jalen Samuels and Stephen Ridley. Jalen Samuels is the starting running back between the 2. We've seen him the last 2 weeks produce some good amount of fantasy points and be the starting running back for that team. On the other hand, we have Justin Jackson. He was the starter this last week because of the fact that Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler was out due to injury. But Melvin Gordon is back. He will be starting. He will get majority of the touches. Justin Jackson is not even worth a play this week unless you're really gambling and trying to risk everything and potentially will lose if you play him. So Jalen Samuels over Justin Jackson. It's not even close. Tariq Cohen or Elijah McGuire. I got Tariq Cohen a little bit higher than Elijah McGuire. If you play in a standard league, I might lean with Elijah McGuire this week. But if you play in any sort of PPR, it's kind of hard to pass up on a Tariq Cohen. So David Wong, I'm going to go with Tariq Cohen over Elijah McGuire. I only ask because I'm starting Thielen, Diggs in a standard. Yeah. Damn, I'm not picking. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Dude, that's tough. I know, Thielen and Diggs are going to be great picks next season. But as of right now, the way that they look, man, it's tough to play both of them because it's either one or the other that's scoring that touchdown. Kirk Cousins in that offense, they're going to run the ball a lot this week. So maybe they can both find value, but you never know. Anyway, let's see. If Gurley's out, Dalvin Cook, Chris Carson, or Melvin Gordon. What? You should start all three of them. How aren't they all starting, dude? How? I want a response. I want to know why Dalvin Cook, Chris Carson, or Melvin Gordon are not all starting. How the heck do you have better value? Okay, potentially. Let's think about this. You could already be playing Derrick Henry. Great. You could already be playing Alvin Kamara. Great. But how the hell is Chris Carson, Dalvin Cook, and Melvin Gordon not in a flex spot? I want a response, please. I have Lindsey, Chubb, Mack, Damian Williams, Jamal Williams, and which three should I start tomorrow? You're going to start Chubb, you're going to start Mack, and you're going to start Damian Williams. That is directed towards 331 of Vex. Four-man league starting Chubb and Lindsey. What? No. Stop. What? Okay. Let's redo this. We're not starting Lindsey. That can't happen. So what you're going to do instead, you're going to play Gurley. Okay, if Gurley's out. That's what we're going with, right? Because otherwise Gurley's playing. But if Gurley is out, you're going to play, you're going to play Chubb, you're going to play Carson, and you're going to play Cook. Now, if you're like, Andrew, that's not what I asked. I'm playing Lindsey, period. Go for it. No problem. But damn, you got so many good running backs. Holy shit. Damn, dude. If you don't win a championship with these guys, I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, honestly, if Gurley plays, you play Gurley, you play Chubb, and you play Carson probably. Yeah. Damn, you got so many good running backs. Why didn't you trade some of these running backs for some wide receiver depth, damn it? Literally. You could have had so many good wide receivers. So Damian Williams over Lindsey. Yes. Vex, let me go ahead and pull this up for you really quickly. All right, in my rankings for this week, these are my updated rankings. I got Damian Williams at number 12, and I've got Phillip Lindsay at 14. They're pretty close. I don't think Damian Williams is dropping another 29-point fantasy week, but I still think the starting running back of the Kansas City Chiefs has a lot of value to be had compared to Phillip Lindsay, who's just been struggling as of late. So I take Damian Williams over him. Going back to this, let's see. Deshaun Hamilton or Mike Williams, thank you. Man, I'm going to go with Mike Williams. I'll take Mike Williams this week. Moving on, David Wong. Josh Allen or Dak Prescott? I'm going with Dak, but honestly, I really like Josh Allen. My only concern is if the Patriots end up somehow playing well on defense, it's going to hurt. And Dak Prescott plays against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's defense is garbage, especially because Tampa Bay, they play at home in Dallas. As of right now, where are we at here? Quarterback ranking-wise, I got Josh Allen at 14, which is a little bit of a disservice. I probably should have Josh Allen above Drew Brees and above Kirk Cousins. So he could probably be number 11. But Dak Prescott, man, that matchup's too good. It's too sweet. So, honestly, it's a coin toss. I think Josh Allen's more dependable, and Dak Prescott has the higher upside. So depending on what your lineup needs, if you need the safe quarterback play, it's Josh Allen because of the rushing yards he consistently gets on a weekly basis, or it's Dak Prescott for the upside play of him throwing a couple touchdowns this coming week. You got Hopkins, Woods, and Cooks. Yeah, damn. Okay, you're just at a wide receiver. Never mind. Is Ware starting? No, Spencer Ware is not playing this week. He is considered doubtful as of right now, Shrimptail, and because of that fact, he is probably not going to play. Usually when running backs go to doubtful, chances are they're not playing. He hasn't practiced nearly all week, so they're probably not going to play him. They really don't need him. Damian Williams is just as good, if not better sometimes. Peyton Barber or Gus Edwards? Go with Gus Edwards, Jason. Gus Edwards, let me see here. Where are we at? I got Gus Edwards this week at number 15, and I've got Peyton Barber this week at 30. Yeah, big difference. We're going to go with Gus Edwards this week. Damian Williams, Chris Carson, Marlon Mack. Great question. I probably take Chris Carson, Marlon Mack, and then Damian Williams, if I'm not mistaken. Where are we at here in my rankings? Chris Carson, 7. Marlon Mack, 9. Damian Williams, 12. I really don't think there's a wrong answer between those three, David. They're all good running backs, but I just feel like who's going to find the end zone? Because they're all going to touch the ball a bunch. Who's going to find the end zone? I think Chris Carson's the guy to do so. Moving on. Gus the Bus or the PlayStation? Hello? I saw the ranking. Just wondering if I should try to play safer with Gus or... Oh, Sony. Oh, my God, the PlayStation. That's hilarious. I literally was so confused. I was like, what do you mean the PlayStation? No, I play with Gus Edwards this week. I'm not really looking to Sony. I think Sony's in my top 24, but he's a low-end RB2 going forward. Yeah, so I'd probably play Gus the Bus over the PlayStation. Okay, thank you very much. No problem. Thank you. You're the best. No problem. Okay. All right, so we went over the allotted time from 12:30 to 1:30 by 40 minutes. But if you have any more questions, please get them through really quickly because my throat's starting to hurt. I'm talking too much. And I'm ready to get it going, get out of here, and go relax on Saturday. Any more questions? Any more questions? I'm waiting, people. Don't worry. I'm not leaving just yet. Soon, though. Soon, TM. What are we at? What is the score looking like, shall we? Da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Okay. I don't want that there. I want this. Let's look up. What's the score? Is it 7? Wait, they missed the PAT? That's hilarious. Derrick Henry, 21 yards rushing. And a rushing touchdown. And 1 reception for 8 yards. Good job, Derrick Henry. So far, so good. Hopefully, Tennessee Titans defense can pick it up. Julian Edelman or Robert Woods? All right, good question, Joe Smith. Let's go ahead and let's look into that, shall we? This is the... Okay, let's see here. So, for my top 18 wide receivers this week, I got Robert Woods just a little bit ahead of Julian Edelman. I think Julian Edelman's going to be good this week. He's been way more consistent than Robert Woods as of late. And to be honest, since Julian Edelman has come back, I think he's had only 2 games out of the 10, 2 games out of the 9 that he's had less than 10 points in half-point PPR scoring formats. So Julian Edelman's the safe play, especially if you play in a PPR format. If, in fact, you play in a standard, you got to play Robert Woods for the touchdown upside and the big play upside. But honestly, they're really close. I think I'd probably still go with Robert Woods, but Julian Edelman is the safe play. So if you're looking for upside, go with Woods. Otherwise, Julian Edelman is the safe play to go with. Nathan Wood says, thanks, Andrew. Let's win that ship. Yeah, please. Get some championships, people. Win some. I'm trying to win my own. I got 2 leagues in which I'm trying to win championships in. And Gurley might screw me over this year. So we'll see. Let's see. Steven says, pick one, flex. James White, Elijah McGuire, or DJ Moore. Give me Elijah McGuire. He's actually the starting running back of the team, and he's actually going to get more than 15 touches in the game compared to guys like James White, who really we don't even know if he's going to touch the ball, especially after the last couple weeks. I mean, his snap counts are season-wide all-time low. And DJ Moore, we don't know what we're going to see out of that backup quarterback. So I go with Elijah McGuire, Steven. Eric S. asks, standard, pick 2, Brandon Cooks, Dante Pettis, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel. Give me Brandon Cooks and give me Robbie Anderson in a standard format. Moving on. Jason asks, Alshon Jeffrey or Brandon Cooks? Give me Alshon Jeffrey for sure. Yes, you're in your championship. We're all in our championships. And we're going to pick up that W this week with Alshon Jeffrey, baby. Let's see here. Moving on. Let's see. What are the Tennessee Titans doing right now? 3rd down. Adrian Peterson coming off the field. Good. Adrian Peterson is a bum, but it is what it is. He's not really a bum. It's just the offense is not looking good for the Redskins. When the offense was clean and they had actual functioning quarterbacks, I know Josh Johnson's been decent the last couple weeks, but when they've had functioning quarterbacks, Alex Smith, a little bit of Colt McCoy, he's looked better. That's to say the least. They just blitzed Malcolm Butler off the edge. Why would you do that? Oh my goodness. It's backyard football over here with Josh Doxson. All right, anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to leave at 2:20. All right, at 2:20, I'm leaving. So get your last questions in if you have any. Otherwise, 2:20 is when I'm leaving. Just want to throw it out there. We'll go over the allotted time. Again, if you're in this chat, you're watching this stream, don't forget tomorrow, I'll mention this again, Sunday, 8:30 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. I will be doing the same deal. I will be answering questions. We'll have more answers by then, whether guys like Julio are going to play or Todd Gurley. Because yes, they are game time decisions, but that means they're going to warm up in the morning, and we'll get an idea on whether or not they're going to play via those warm ups. There'll be news coming out whether or not they're playing. Mixon or Mack in a standard. Eric S. We're going to go with Marlon Mack this week. He's a stud, and the Giants have given up 7 100-yard rushers in the last 8 weeks. So Marlon Mack is the way to go. HLRM 4679 asks, should I start Balaj as my flex in a PPR? Well, what are your other options, my good sir? What are your other options? Because honestly, he's not a bad flex play, but can we trust Adam Gase? You know, we've seen, okay, Frank Gore is not going to be in the game. He's injured. He's probably out for the rest of the season. But is Balaj going to take priority over Kenyon Drake? He did last week, but you never know. Is he a safe start? He plays against Jacksonville. Jacksonville gave up, 200 yards to Derrick Henry? Safe start? No. Because we've only seen one game of him, and he had a 75-yard touchdown run. Take that 75-yard touchdown run away, he has 11 carries for 50 yards. Not bad play, right? He's an average running back. But is he going to touch the ball 15-plus times? I think he could. That's why I have him ranked this week. He's a flex play, plain and simple. So if he's your best option, sure. Is he a safe play? I don't know. He's only played one game all season. I mean, one game in which he's had 10 or more touches when he's been an actual part of the offense that's contributing. So not a bad play, though, if you're looking for a flex that you're struggling with when it comes to depth as of right now. Did I just run over my iPhone cord? I hate doing that. I run over my iPhone cord with the roller chair, and it just tears it apart. I'm watching this game, by the way. Let's see. I have Pettis, Tim Patrick, Balaj. No, go with Balaj. He's at least going to get more guaranteed touches than Pettis and Tim Patrick, who, as of right now, actually, you know what? I think I might want Pettis, but actually, I'm actually thinking I might want Pettis over Kalen Balaj. Kalen Balaj probably touched the ball more, but Pettis has the upside of a big play, but you never know. Probably go with Balaj just to be safe. Would you probably you probably went over it already, but where do you have Jalen Samuels at? Playing him over Robert Foster? As of right now, let's go ahead and let's pull this up, shall we? Running back ones, these are okay, here we go. I got Jalen Samuels at number 19 this week because of Connor being out. He should be higher, but he plays against the Saints defense, who has been great against the run all season long. So I'm a little questionable on whether or not he's going to be able to contribute on the ground. In the passing game, I know he's going to have some work, and he's going to be fine. So there he'll be fine. But comparatively, like Robert Foster right now is number 23 in the wide receiver rankings in a half-point PPR scoring format. So I wouldn't fault you for playing Robert Foster over Jalen Samuels, but I think Jalen Samuels is going to get more touches, so he has a better or safer floor per se because of the amount of touches he gets. So I'd probably go with Jalen Samuels over Robert Foster like you're doing as of right now. Good luck in your leagues tomorrow. Thank you very much, Trimtail. Happy holidays. Good luck to you. Hopefully we can get some championships coming in our direction so we can get the bragging rights and we get that money. That's right, baby. Let's see here. All right, 2 more minutes, people. I'm leaving at 2:20, like I mentioned before. I will be here tomorrow. Again, Sunday, 8:30 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you are available to watch, I will be here. And I will be answering questions. So we'll probably go up to like 10 o'clock. We'll go up to game time. But 8:30 is when we're going to start. Either way. Okay. Miguel coming back with another question. Asks, thanks, Andrew. Keep killing it. I'll be back tomorrow. Even though I have no questions. What time is it again? Eastern Standard? No, it's Pacific Standard Time. I live in California, Miguel. So Pacific Standard Time. Jason Bell. So final question: James White or Pettis at the flex? Give me Dante Pettis, Jason Bell. Give me Dante Pettis. People are speculating, hey, James White could see more because of Josh Gordon no longer being, on the team. Can James White potentially have more value going forward? I have a hard time believing that. The amount that they have been using him as of late is just discouraging. So I go with Dante Pettis. At least he's getting targets, receptions, and being fantasy relevant. Now the questions start to pour in, huh, guys? That's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, here we go. Jack Bowe says, hey, man, no problem. Okay. Hey, need 2 PPR. Keenan Allen, Juju, Robbie Anderson. Keenan Allen and Juju. If you're worried about either of their injuries, I'd probably worry about Keenan Allen's injury a little bit more. But either way, I'm probably starting Keenan Allen and Juju Smith. If you're worried about Keenan Allen, Robbie Anderson's not a bad play either. Let's see. Samoan Warrior 80 asks, Cohen or Jamal Williams this week? I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're going to go with Jamal Williams this week. I've got Jamal Williams at my number 16 running back this week, and I've got Tariq Cohen at my number 20. They're pretty close in a half-point PPR scoring format, but I still like that Jamal Williams is going to be the lone back out of that backfield, and Cohen has to split carries with Jordan Howard, which is going to hurt him. So I'd probably go with Jamal Williams. Anyway, I'm over my allotted time by 50 minutes. I was supposed to end at 1:30, and now the questions keep pouring in. Ivan Velasquez asks, Goff, Dak, or Trubisky? Let's go to the rankings, shall we? Oops, that's not the right page. We're going with Mitchell Trubisky and Dak are literally neck and neck. They're right next to each other. They both have good matchups. I'd probably go with Trubisky this week over Dak, and I'm not touching Jared Goff unless you're crazy. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, oh my God, here comes the questions. My team is pretty good, though. Ryan, Damian Williams, Jamal Williams, Hopkins, Cook, Kittle. Yep, that team looks damn good. Got to the finals because of you, man. Nope. You got to the finals because of you, so I won't take all the credit. It's a joint effort here. That's why I'm trying to get you guys some championships so I can have at least contributed, even if I don't win a championship this season, I can at least have contributed to some teams here. Thanks, Andrew. Been a big help. No problem. Jack Bowe says, need 3 PPR. Damn, you came in at the last minute just to ruin my day. No, I'm just playing Jack. Jake, excuse me, not Jack. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking BoJack Horseman. That's why I kept saying Jack. It's Jake. Okay, moving on. Need 3. PPR, Gurley, Samuels, Damian Williams, Jamal Williams. Give me Gurley, give me Damian Williams, give me Jamal Williams. No problem. Gary Yang says, PPR flex, Goff, Robbie Anderson, Mike. Wait, what? There's no way. Wait, are you playing in a super flex? If you play in a super flex, you play Goff. It's not even close. But otherwise, if you somehow manage to type in Goff even though you weren't supposed to, I'm playing Damian Williams over the other guys. Moving on. Caleb asks, Russell Wilson or Baker Mayfield? Russell Wilson's my number 2 quarterback this week. So I'll take Russell Wilson over Baker Mayfield. C-Mac, damn Titans defense like trash. Wait, what happened? They give up a touchdown? I swear to God. Bend but don't break, though. That's the whole thing. Bend but don't break. Damian Williams, Jamal Williams, Doug Baldwin. Give me Damian Williams this week. Nope, they gave up a touchdown. All right, people. Well, that's where I end it. The Titans gave up a touchdown to some random wide receiver, and that's fantasy for you. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for watching again. Tomorrow, we will be streaming at 8:30 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have any questions, comment on the video. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. See you guys.